Mason, I have 2 words for you.
Yes.
Smart design. Premium
Like
fabric.
No. You've already broken your promise to me of 2 words. It's all I was willing to sit here and listen to is 2 words. That was 3 and a bit words. All right, continue.
Premium fabrics.
Nice.
Simple shopping.
Yeah.
All of these things can be yours.
How many words was that, though? 6 words.
6 words.
I was counting. You clearly were not counting, but all right, they sound like 6 good words, so I'll hear you out.
They certainly do, Mason, because as you know, they're all the things that encompass Mack Weldon.
Yeah.
An amazing clothing company who have naturally antimicrobial
Oh, smooth as silk. You
products,
said it.
which basically means they eliminate odor. Now they make...
They're not lying about it.
No, they're really not.
We just said before we got started. I had a dirty shirt the other day. Just left it there for a couple of days. It's fine again.
So...
I live in my filth. This week I'm filthy Meso. Some weeks I'm pristine
Crisp
Meso.
as. We're wearing some very nice white jeans, though.
I'm wearing some white jeans.
Yeah,
I'm a
they're
big
hard to
fan.
keep clean, mate. So they do underwear, socks, shirts that look good, that perform well. They're good for working out. Hoodies as well.
Tracker pants.
Going to work, going on dates, just everyday life, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't wear track pants on a date. Maybe.
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah.
What if you're going to the roller rink?
Oh, okay. Yep. All right.
What if you're going rock climbing?
Look,
indoor rock climbing.
Oh no, even then, there can be you could get a hook caught in something,
Okay,
and then
sure.
the whole. You know what? My rule is, don't go on a date with a pair of pants that don't have a proper waistband.
Why is
you know
that?
what I mean? I don't know. It's just unseemly. All
Okay,
right?
fair enough.
Yeah.
Bloody Casanova over here. Basically, if you go to backwelder.com and you can actually get 20% off any item if you use the promo code PLANET.
Love it. That's us.
It's quality stuff all around. It's one of those things that they send us a bunch of stuff, and it's genuinely really good.
Yeah, and
And you know what? The t-shirts are great. They're a good fit.
that's right.
They're trim.
They're trim, but they're not too tight. They're not crazy tight. They're nice.
Exactly, and they don't seem to stretch weirdly. So you
You
get like.
have a real problem with that. I don't understand.
I think it's the way I take them off because I grab them at the neck and I like wrestle it over my giant head.
Yeah, that is probably it. Yeah.
But not this time, Mason.
No.
Not anymore. Should we do the rest of the show?
Let's do the rest of the show.
Just a quick reminder to you, though, Mason. That was MacWeldon.com. Promo code PLANET, 20% off. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
show.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my Coast? Does it? Nick Mason.
Woo! That's right. The traditional woo. You know what that means? It's the Comic-Con episode. Decibel meters in San Diego going off the charts this week because of nerds going woo at everything.
Really? You're
and
not
then
wrong.
later writing angry blog posts about what went wrong. But in the moment, woo!
That's exactly right. Yeah. So we're going to mix it up a bit this week.
Yeah.
Normally we talk about the news and then we talk about a movie or a topic.
Yeah.
This week, because we saw Star Trek first, we thought we'd start with that.
Yeah.
And then if people want to skip ahead, I'll put in a timestamp if they don't care about Star Trek, which you should though, because maybe it's a good one,
Maybe it's a
Mason.
good one,
Spoiler
yeah.
alert. But yeah, you can skip ahead and go
This
to all the
one might be
Comic-Con
one of our
stuff.
famous James and Meso agree on whether a movie's good or not episodes.
That always makes for compelling listening. So yeah, should we get straight to Star Trek then?
Yes.
Good. So Star
As
Trek...
I like to call it, Star Trek Beyond.
Oh,
Okay,
you
that's
were
enough.
You were so ready for that.
Yeah.
You've never been more on point.
I've been waiting my whole life for a for a 4-syllable movie. The last 2 syllables are beyond, so I can do that as a sweet gag.
Absolutely, you can. Okay, so for the weekend, it's made $56 million in the US opening, which
That's
is
pretty
okay.
good.
But the reboot made 75,000, and Into Darkness 75 million. Sorry,
75,000.
So that's right. And Into Darkness made 70 million.
Okay.
So it's on the decline, but I would say I think it's a byproduct of a couple of things. Into Darkness wasn't beloved.
No.
I know a lot of people loved it. I said
Yep.
I said that in my review. I'm like, a lot of people didn't like this, including me. I didn't love it. People were like, "Oh, I loved it. Shut up." Look, a lot of people didn't like it, and I think that kind of hurt it. And not only that, because now that Star Wars is back, I feel like it's
Baby.
kind of baby. It's kind of hammered down
Okay.
Star Trek a little.
Star Trek is the redheaded stepchild of classic
Yeah.
sci-fi
Because
franchises.
there was a very brief window where Star Trek was better.
It was
and
cooler,
than
certainly.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
I still-
Normal people could enjoy it, as we were reminded often during the ad campaign for the Star Trek reboot.
That's exactly right. I mean, I would say that Star Trek movie is a better Star Wars movie than all the Star Wars prequels.
Yes.
Even though
Would you say this
not
movie
a
is a better
Star Wars.
Guardians of the Galaxy movie than Guardians of the Galaxy? I'd say probably not, but it's still pretty good.
it's still pretty good. All right. Well, look, what we normally do, we go non-spoilers, then
Yes.
spoilers. It's all marked below. Get into it, Mason, if you want to. By the way, we have a new YouTube channel just specifically for the Weekly Planet podcast.
For statistical reasons.
Yeah,
For analytics
I'm seeing how that
reasons.
goes. I don't know whether it'll make any difference. If it doesn't, I'll just kind of switch it all back. But it seems, I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what did you think the story was of this latest?
Oh, no. Oh, all right. Hang on. Okay, so it's about 3 years into...
It's hard going straight into the movie. I like to
know,
warm
right?
up on a bunch of crap news.
Yeah, that's right. But this week it's all good news. I mean, there's probably some crap news, but we don't have time.
That's true.
I mean, there's still a little bit of crap news. You know, some crap TV news. Some seasons of some crap TV's coming back. trying to trick me into watching it with a Ghost Rider appearance, but I ain't gonna trick me. Not gonna trick me. I would be tricked, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Don't trick me, sons of bitches.
They'll never get you.
It's not even the good. It's not even a bloody good.
No, it's
Not
Robbie,
even bloody,
Robbie Reyes.
it's not even bloody good Ghost Rider. It's not even Dan Ketch, the bloody 90s Ghost Rider. Anyway, the point... Well, yeah, story. Anyway, so in Star Trek, this one, Star Trek Beyond,
Star Trek this one, yeah.
they're about 3 years into the mission, the 5-year
Correct.
mission, the Enterprise.
966 days.
Yeah, maybe that's relevant.
It is.
Okay.
It's the year the series started.
yes.
Not 960. You get...
The year
hard starting with the
966 AD.
movie. Yes.
The beginning of the Dark Ages. All people had was the plague and the premiere of Star Trek, the original series. William Shatner had his pick of women who didn't have the plague.
It's true. Boy, did he.
Anyway, so it's 3 years into their 5-year mission. Things are getting a bit boring
Yeah.
for Kirk, and he's like, well, maybe I'll give my command to Spock.
Yeah.
And he'll take it, but then Spock's like, maybe I won't. Maybe I've got to get out of here and
I got other
repopulate
things going on.
And then maybe I've got to single-handedly repopulate the Vulcan population.
Yeah. There's like 3 of us left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So the Enterprise goes to Yorktown,
Yes.
which is the Babylon 5 of this universe.
Seems to be,
An
yeah.
interstellar space station with all the members of the United Federation of Planets in it.
It looks very precarious.
But it looks great though.
It does look
That is an
great, yeah.
incredible design on that. So it's this big space station kind of situation, and then
Elysium, kind of, in a way.
yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway,
more rings.
Anyway,
Go
they
on.
receive Yorktown receives a distress signal from in a distant nebula from which no spaceship has ever returned. So Kirk's like, yeah, give it a whirl. This might be fun. What's the worst that could happen?
I'm 3 days from retirement.
Yeah, that's right. What's the worst that could happen? Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Things get bad and then they get worse. But it's all right because the Enterprise team are there and they're the best.
Certainly are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, in general,
Yep.
how did you feel about this movie?
I had a really good time with this
Me
movie.
too.
It's great.
It's not bulletproof,
No.
but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, agreed.
Right?
Yeah, and it's surprisingly reminiscent of the original series.
Yes.
I think of these three, this one is the most reminiscent of the original series.
Agreed.
Especially like the design of the planet. Spoiler alert, they end up crashed on that planet you see in the trailers.
Yeah.
And that planet looks like every planet in the original series with a budget in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
Like they've scaled it up a millions of times, but it's all like weird rocky outcroppings.
Yep,
There's
yep.
a point in it where one of the characters picks up a rock to use as a weapon, and it looks like a 1960s prop styrofoam rock that someone would use as a weapon, but it's really expensive. Like,
Right.
they've spent a long time fine tuning this so it looks kind of hyper real.
I guess it's that thing that you always say, it looks like you remember it looking like.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that romanticized. You know, if you really had a dream about what this future would be like, and you didn't have any budget constraints, what would it look like?
The rocks would look just like rocks.
Exactly. So good.
Absolutely. What I think really drives this movie, though, is the way that all the characters interact.
Yes.
That pushes forward any great Star Trek story. A whole lot of the other stuff and the I guess there's the moral quandaries as well, but the adventure and what the bad guy's after and all, even the bad guy himself doesn't always matter. And this is kind of the case here as well.
Yeah, but you get your classic Spock and Bones
Love it.
adventure together.
So good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
God,
get-
it feels good to be like, this is a good thing and I like it. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't done this in ages.
Right?
Yeah. About a movie.
Either give us a
anyway.
real good movie or a real bad movie.
That's
Don't give us
right.
any of these middling movies. Don't give us a middling movie.
No.
Yeah.
I like it.
You get Kirk. He's kirking about.
He's the most Kirk he's ever been. What I liked about him, he didn't progress in the last one. He was like, I'm still a wacky captain. What does it mean to be a captain, whatever? But this one, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm good at this and I'm professional or whatever, but he's like, maybe I just don't want to do this.
Yeah, look, I feel ultimately you can skip Into Darkness. Like,
Yes.
we did an audio commentary for the first Star Trek, and people have tweeted us, when are you going to do an Into Darkness commentary?
Never.
Maybe never, because
Never.
it's eminently skippable. This one feels like, okay, the first one, we have the origin of the characters, some stuff happens, and now they're right in the middle of...
That's right.
Of being pals and being, compadres.
Because the first one also sets
Amigos.
up... Exactly. The first one pretty much sets up, the next time they're going to be in deep space.
Yep.
And they're going to be missioning about. But the second one's not that.
That's right.
They're just hanging around Earth and sitting in board meetings getting shot up
Meeting
by Khan.
John Harrison,
That's
whatever his
right,
name was.
That's right. And look, it's not terrible, but this feels more like Star Trek because it moves forward in the way that Star Trek usually did by introducing a whole lot of new aliens and whatever.
Yeah.
Into Darkness is so far up its own ass in terms of like homages.
Yes.
That's why to me it doesn't work. So by trying new things, and even though there are a lot of throwbacks, they're more kind of subtle. And then then obviously being like, this is Khan, he's back. I like seeing a new villain. Initially, I'm like, this guy's all right. And then it develops a bit more, and I'm like, okay, that's more interesting than I initially thought.
Yeah.
I still have kind of problems with it structurally, like what we can get into that in spoilers. But,
Okay, yeah.
But for all in all, I thought he was a really strong villain.
And his motivations are revealed
Yes.
quite well.
Yes.
Maybe there's a bit of a jump towards the end.
They're
but-
also revealed in a TV spot, which
Oh,
I'm
right.
glad I didn't see. 'Cause
Me yeah,
I saw
okay.
this on like, I think Monday.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw the TV spot like the next day. And I'm like, man, if I'd have seen it like when I normally would have. That would have
Ruined.
Ruined, mate.
Yeah. Mhm.
What else we got here? So you just mentioned Spock and Bones
Yeah.
together at last.
Uh-huh.
What a great chemistry. What great haircuts. One
First
haircut
of
is
all.
better than the other one, obviously.
Spock's haircut's so
so
pristine.
crisp.
Oh. Talk to your barber, Bones. Come on,
Yeah.
mate.
Both of those really, they nail those roles.
Yeah.
Like they've made them their own.
They could, doing a version of a classic character, you could very easily fall into, I'm just doing a bad impression of that character.
Right.
But they've done really well.
Done really well. Great, like kind of back and forth because Bones is kind of an asshole and he's just provoking Spock the entire time,
Yeah,
just
uh-huh.
trying to get a rise out of him.
Uh-huh.
And Spock's just trying to, keep level-headed the whole time. What did you think of Scotty? Now, this was written by Simon Pegg.
That's right.
It seemed like there was a lot of Scotty in this.
There did. They certainly did. And I was a little bit concerned it might veer into Scotty being the hero of the whole. But I
Right.
think if you look at each of the characters, each of them has their own arc.
Yeah.
And each of them is the hero in their own. Like everybody gets the spotlight to do their thing,
Yes,
which I think makes
some more than others.
Yeah, no, but I think it's nobody gets short shrift in terms of they're just background.
Everyone
character.
gets at least a moment.
Yeah,
I guess.
totally.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. So, what about Chekhov?
The late great Anton Yelchin. Yeah.
I think if this... It felt like this movie wasn't built around him.
Uh-huh.
I think there was some kind of stuff that I feel like was kind of added to put a little bit more of him in it than maybe
Okay,
was
sure.
initially...
Uh-huh.
Maybe he initially was. He's
Yep.
he's become kind of the Kirk ladies man of the ship.
Yeah, okay.
Because
sure.
obviously Kirk can't do that anymore. He can't go around like sleeping with all the crew because he's the captain.
Yeah. Although, isn't there a scene where he's kicked out of a...
No, that's Chekhov.
Oh, that was Chekhov. Okay,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he doesn't really do any of that in this actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
good on him.
William Shatner would be spinning in his grave
Yeah.
if he'd finally die.
No, he's got a golden grave on his ranch, and he just gets in it. And whenever he hears there's any Star Trek news and he's not involved, he just gets in it and he spins. He just spins and meditates. Yeah.
Good stuff.
What I did like, one of the aspects again from the TV series that I think they integrated quite well is that Chekhov. There's a moment in it where he's like, actually, the Russians invented whiskey, kind of thing. Like, Chekhov in the series and in the movies is always erroneously. He's got all these erroneous facts that Russia is the greatest country in the world, and he's always like, the Russians invented cowboys, and you're like, no, that you're a liar. You're such a liar.
What about the new character, Jayla?
Great.
She's I can't remember the name of her. The actress. She's in Kingsman. She's the bladed legs lady.
Oh.
You can't really tell under all that makeup, but
You cannot, yeah.
yeah. No, I thought she was really, really good.
yeah.
She was going to be fleshed out a little bit more than she ended up being.
How long was the original cut of this? Do we
It
know?
was.
3 hours?
I know it was script wise. It was. I did a deleted scenes Easter egg video on. I mashed it together, Mason, because I didn't have time because of Comic Con.
It's crazy.
So I didn't do all the Easter eggs. I did as many as I could just kind of jam in.
You missed a lot
But
of Easter eggs,
I
one
missed
would assume.
heaps, yeah. But it was never my intent to get them all, Mason. Like some kind of Pokemon Easter egg master.
But if you did, it would have been good.
Oh, it would have been so good.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. But what was I saying? Yeah, the original script was 180 pages and they cut it down to 135. And
Okay.
it roughly ends up being, I think the rule is a minute a page. I think
is,
that's
yeah.
Is that right? So do math, Mason.
Okay.
That's 3 hours, isn't it?
Yes. 180 minutes.
180 degrees
Yeah.
of time. Yeah. So initially a lot longer than what it was. The Swarm, really liked the idea behind them.
Didn't really get an origin to what they are.
No, that was probably that. I kind of had a problem with that. That was something that they did have more of.
Okay.
That they didn't even film
Okay.
because
So we might get it as like on the Blu-ray, we might get an animatic or a
Yeah, exactly.
or a text box.
Yeah.
that says what they are. Great. Okay,
I might put
good.
Swarm in spoilers and we'll come back to it.
Okay,
'cause
cool.
There's stuff I want to say about
Yeah.
that. But what about action though? Action scenes.
Good, I think.
Yeah, me too. Good,
No.
you think?
Yeah, I know because I've seen it. But I know.
Stick to your guns. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And then I felt, we know from the trailer that the Enterprise is going to get destroyed in this.
Yeah.
And it did feel
Very, very tense.
Very
And
tense,
very
yeah.
kind of like, just leave, escape. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to get out of this.
Yeah, but it also didn't feel like there's often in these kind of movies there's a contrived reason they can't leave or they
Right,
can't.
right.
There was no super long pause where they're like, no, maybe we'll just see how this goes, kind of thing. There was, okay, this looks like trouble. Red alert.
Let's get out of here.
We don't have time to get out. It's
Yeah. Yeah. So, but again, like the origin of that Swarm. Ugh. Again, we'll talk about it, Mason.
We'll talk
Why
about
did you
it,
let me bring it up? Not all the action scenes were on par with what we've even seen in the last two.
Okay.
That space jump in the first ones and
Yeah.
in the second one, they do it again, is pretty great. The hand-to-hand stuff I thought was a little close up.
Oh, that's right. We didn't get any spectacular
Spectacular space jump.
jumpy space jumps.
Well, they did have there was a great shot where Kirk goes out of his escape pod and he sees the Enterprise crash beneath him. I thought that was pretty good. He wouldn't have liked it as much.
No,
Yeah.
he's got to pay for that. He doesn't get his security deposit back.
Did the dirt bike feel out of place?
Yes, because look, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But even when they attempted to provide a justification for why there was a dirt bike, there still shouldn't have been a dirt bike.
No, they should. I knew there was a dirt bike, so I was like, there will be a dirt bike in this, and I'm just gonna have to.
There will be dirt bike.
That's right. I will have to roll with it. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's easier to film than a space dirt bike, isn't it?
That's true.
hover-
A spurt bike.
A spurt bike. But what about special effects?
Great. Nothing jumps out as particularly
It just
ridiculous.
all looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Alien design, then? A lot of practical stuff.
A lot of practical stuff. I feel the swarm soldiers were a little bit generic, but they're a swarm. They're
That's
bees.
true.
So-
Essentially, yeah.
And villain wise, I think we did all right.
The good old Idris Elba. What about the creatures at the very, very start? It opens with some CGI creatures.
I didn't have a problem with them.
He's happy with them.
And again,
everybody.
we start in mission,
Yeah.
kind of thing, which I always enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not. This isn't just existing in a vacuum. This has become episodic for them, as they point out.
Yes.
All sorts of it just keeps coming.
Do you think you could go into this not knowing anything about Star Trek and watch this movie and enjoy it?
Yes.
I agree also with that.
yeah.
Do you think this is for nerds and normal people as well?
Yeah,
Mason?
nerds and normal people. If you're listening, give it a whirl.
If you're out there.
If you're out there.
Yeah, look, I'm not a massive Star Trek fan. I like a lot of it.
I
seen
have
bits
been a
and
massive
pieces,
Star Trek
yeah.
fan in my time, but it's
Right.
gone back and forth between Star Wars and Star Trek and nothing. Those three options.
Maybe Guardians, Mason, if they keep building
Guardians.
on that bloody franchise.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yes, as someone who's seen a lot of episodes of a lot of various series,
Yeah.
I was happy with this. Very happy.
Siri.
Siri.
Yeah.
Siri.
Okay, let's rate it and then go into spoilers
Okay.
and then move ahead.
Best movie ever.
Me too, definitely.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
But you have a different rating system now on your YouTube videos, which is listen to the review and you'll know what I'm
I
giving
mean.
it. Yeah. Okay. Which I feel is the best. Because I feel people genuinely do just
it's all
skip to the end
you know
and
what?
go,
It's not everybody because you know what? Thousands of people watch it, right?
Yep.
And
All
most.
All right, we've all got a following on YouTube, mate. All right.
Okay.
I've tried to flip over something in a jet ski and I hit myself in the nuts. We've all got a viral video out there, mate. All right. All right.
I wish that was true. But
We've all been hit in the head with a hills hoist. It's got a cricket bat on it. I don't know.
yeah, that's right. But most people, I would imagine,
Yep.
watch it and go, okay, and then they don't comment. Do you know
Yes,
what I mean? Because
uh-huh.
then obviously there's that small percentage of people that lose their minds that
Sure.
you know that don't understand. But that's okay, Mason.
Uh-huh.
It takes all kinds to make the world.
Yeah.
Best movie ever, though.
Yeah.
Spoilers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the villain.
Yep.
So he's one of the original Federation captains.
Yes, and he was part of before there was Starfleet. Well, for a while they operated at the same time. It was Starfleet and the bloody Mako.
Evil Admiral
Yeah.
Fleet.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was Mako. So it's like a military organization.
Yeah.
And they operated, and he was one of the last people in Mako.
Yep.
And then the war ended. All the various conflicts ended, and then
The War Eye.
Yeah, exactly. All the various war eye, and then he was given a Starfleet commission. Yeah,
And he wasn't particularly happy
this
with it.
one is actually this movie leans quite heavily on Star Trek Enterprise, the Scott Bakula.
Right. Well, good. That's all about the early days, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so we get some Mako in that.
Yeah, the ship designs are pretty we see an original-ish ship, and it's very kind of reminiscent of
Yeah.
that. You know, even the scale wise, like it's much smaller than an
Yeah.
Enterprise. Yeah.
Did you buy the fact that nobody ever discovered?
No,
the ship?
not at all. Because he landed that ship or crashed it. So it wasn't really clear how he got there.
Yeah, right.
Did they explain that, or did I miss it?
No.
I don't really think it particularly matters. But regardless, he would know where that ship is. Even if she cloaks it, he
Yep.
knows it's there.
Right, exactly.
I mean, maybe he just has no use for it.
Potentially his escape pod landed on the other side of the planet,
Okay, sure.
and by the time
And he didn't have a dirt bike to get back to his
exactly,
ship.
by the time he'd assembled his own dirt bike from rocks and coconuts, like they would do in a 1960s episode of something, then she discovered the ship and cloaked it, or her father had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
it's not really clear, like, how old... Well, she's youngish, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
But, like, how long does their species live for, you know,
Right,
and all that kind of thing. But he was... And along with a whole lot of other aliens, and presumably some of his swarm, were brought down with the intent of using them, to harvesting them to make himself young, keep himself
Yes,
alive, and then mount a plan against the Federation.
Correct. Yes.
Because he resents being given a pretty good job.
right. Yeah.
No, but I guess he was also upset that they left him.
Yeah. That's
So there was that
the primary
element of
reason.
it.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like,
He's probably dead.
probably. Yeah. Don't worry about it. He's in that bloody nebula. You ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Well, it's bigger. Nah.
Yeah. So I guess I could understand that, but he did wait quite a long time to get back. But I guess he was waiting
Yeah,
for the
to build that
perfect moment.
swarm.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, we don't get an origin of that swarm. We don't.
No idea.
We don't.
Are they alien, or are they part of his crew that are also kept alive through technology?
But because when we see the captain's log, he says this planet has technology
Yeah.
that I'm going to use, kind of thing, and
Yeah.
he does imply, and he does say that it's going to renew his life. But then he doesn't say. But there's also these drone
No.
creatures. Or
He
anything
says
like
there's
that.
some kind of vague weapon that I want. Didn't love the vague weapon.
Yeah, a lot of speaking of stuff that's come before. I mean, that's been in
That particular weapon? Or just
not
that
exactly,
idea?
but there's
Well, there was that one in it's in the reboot.
Yeah.
The red matter or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
essentially
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just drop it into a planet or whatever and it kills everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Although this one was more of a virus than a
Yeah.
whatever. Not that it really matters. He definitely became more interesting to me as it went on. But in those reveals,
Yep.
there's obviously gaps that kind of form in the structure of
Yeah.
the movie.
Don't think about it.
No, I would never.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good bloke though.
It's an episode of The Next Generation. There's a Vulcan weapon that basically does the same thing. in a box. Initially, I thought it was the same thing, but it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Well, good. You've wasted everyone's time then.
Sorry, guys.
Use of the song Sabotage.
Yeah, okay.
People are really divided on this.
I enjoy it.
Me too.
I knew it was coming.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it.
can
And the
s-
fact they keep referring to it as classical music kills
Yes.
me. I think it's a delight. It makes me think, what do they think music is now? Like, what is their future music? Has it gotten? Is it because you sort of assume that in the Star Trek world, it's all like operatic kind of music.
You
But
never
maybe
really
it's-
hear it
Maybe
too
it's
much,
not. Maybe
do
it's
you?
all like real bad dubstep.
Yeah, it's
It's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse.
It's just screaming.
It's just screaming, and people stand until the drop, and then they're just like, ah! It's like the Purge. They just break things.
Yeah, but knowing that was coming. Also, if I had have known that this movie had that moment, I wouldn't have been so harsh on that first trailer. Because I was like, well, they're just doing the Guardians of the Galaxy, a classic soundtrack
Right,
thing, which was what they were doing.
Yeah.
But that being said, that is totally worked into the plot of this movie.
Yeah.
So I could, I can understand it. I forgive it, Mason, if anybody cares.
Do you remember way back in the day when I was like, this movie looks pretty good based on the trailer?
Yes, you did
and
say
you were
that.
like, nobody believes.
No, I remember saying distinctly, I think it will be good, but that trailer is shit.
Oh, I still liked it.
Yeah, okay then.
yeah.
Well, I guess you're right.
Yes!
It was
Victory!
a good trailer.
Star Trek Beyond!
Cue the music!
I don't have it.
So yeah, no, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed, especially kind of, when they're kind of burning across the swarm and it's just everything's catching fire. Like,
Yep.
I very much enjoyed that.
Me too.
We also got the death of Ambassador Spock,
Yep.
which actually I thought was handled really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, it was handled well, but it didn't impact the plot that much.
No, he impacts the plot in the other two movies.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Especially the second one. Well, the first one as well, but the second one, he's just on a screen. He's like, hello, that's Khan.
Here's all the important exposition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was poignant, but it wasn't. You could, I guess, technically have cut those scenes out, and it would have impacted the plot of the film.
That being said, I thought they built the character of younger Spock's story arc around it really well.
Yeah.
Where he's like, well, I've got this sense of duty. I'm going to go and continue his work because we are the same person.
Right.
And now I also feel the need to kind of break up with my girlfriend and mate with a Vulcan and whatever, and have weird, angry, pointy-eared kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was handled really well. Obviously, Anton Yelchin died closer to this movie coming out, so you couldn't really get that kind of emotional impact.
Yeah, and you couldn't have done a rewrite. That would have been
which they probably shouldn't have attempted to do anyway. But I think in the next movie, which is going to have Chris Hemsworth,
yes,
they're going to team up. Kirk and his dad. Time
or
travel
are they?
Yeah, or they're
Mirror universe.
I don't think so. I think if you get Hemsworth,
because it's all we've already had time travel. I don't think we can do it again. Or do you think this is a universe that's going to be built on time travel?
Well, they haven't done time travel in 2 movies now.
Yeah.
The show used to do it every second bloody
That's
episode.
true,
Especially, they're always going, the Borg was going
Enterprise
through a
was
wormhole.
mostly time travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Because by like season 4, they're like, this is really, like, it's really difficult that we can only use all this old technology. Let's just bring it to the 29th century or whatever. And
absolutely.
Go nuts.
And just get on with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think
last episode just had Star Trek Next Generation characters in it.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Was it Spock?
People hated it. No, Next Generation. So it had basically the premise of the last episode of Star Trek Enterprise was it was on the Next Generation Enterprise,
right?
And Riker and Deanna Troi go into the holodeck and basically go to the time of Star Trek Enterprise and sort of mingle among the main characters of Enterprise
in a holodeck.
Yes. It's real bad.
But so that didn't even happen.
No.
Why would
people hated it?
I mean, maybe I don't think that was intended to be the last episode though.
No, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that was cancelled. I'm sure that they would have done something better, surely.
Well, I guess they thought it was because it's all about homages and let's bring all the crews together and all the captains.
They do that. Like Spock turned up. Spock turned up in Next Generation and whatever, and obviously you got the bridging movie of Generations where Kirk shows up and gets crushed by, what's his name? I was going to say William H. Macy. The British dude. He's in Tank Girl. He's in Clockwork Orange. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's his face?
What's his face? You know him. Yeah. He looks like old Bruce Willis from Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Yeah. What my point was...
Yes?
The next movie I think is going to be Chekhov's off. He's got his own command, or he's doing the thing that he loves doing, and he's off doing that.
Lying to women.
Yeah, that's right. Do you know what I mean? I think that will be his appropriate send off. I don't think they'll kill him.
No.
And I don't think they'll do what they kind of Paul Walker, where they kind of fly off together in opposite directions or whatever. I don't think they'll do anything like that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And obviously they wouldn't have enough footage to even do anything near what they did in that movie. But yeah, I think that's the way they'll go. Okay. Yeah. And also they're not going to recast him.
Yeah,
which I think is good. Well, I think that's a role though you could kind of slip Jailer into as well.
Oh, that's
she
true.
She can vaguely do a bunch of
tactical
stuff.
officer. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, okay, sure.
That works.
That'd be real good.
She could make a music. She could make a dirt bike.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Dirt bike. We should talk about that. Even it's just because it's a spaceship from, decades prior, there's still no reason for it to have a dirt bike. Especially, is it on the bridge? Was there a dirt bike on the bridge? She
dragged it to the bridge.
All right. And then I retract my entire argument.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Sulu's gay.
Correct.
I thought that was handled really well. Like, it wasn't really heavy-handed. It was just kind of like, he's got a family. Yeah. He meets his husband or partner or whoever. I don't know. I don't know their details, Mason.
Sure.
That's not for me to pry. And then there's just kind of that moment, and that's all you kind of really get.
That's all you get and all you need. Yep.
Yeah. I don't really... There was apparently a kiss, which they cut out.
I heard about that, yeah.
So, but
yeah.
I don't think that
probably
really matters.
Too
regardless.
sexy.
It probably was a bit sexy.
It really takes people out of the movie.
I really like John Cho. I think he should have been in this more. He has a really great moment in the 2009 version, the sword fight.
That's true.
He's really good in that. And I guess he has the bit where he flies the ship, but I think he also works as a kind of an action man, and maybe you could have done a bit more of that in this.
Yeah, maybe.
You've seen Harold and Kumar. He probably falls off a roof into a jacuzzi or something.
That's right.
I don't know, man. I like those movies.
Really?
I don't know. I've seen 2 of them a long time ago.
I think there's only 2.
There's 3. They save
3.
Christmas or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Second one, they go to Amsterdam, I want to say.
Sounds like something they do.
It certainly does, doesn't it?
Yeah. What else?
It's the rich man's Dude, Where's My Car?
Yes.
Those movies.
Yeah. What else? Oh, there's a skip to the end. There's a Simon Pegg produced written film,
right. Yep.
Which is kind of a trademark of him in Spaced, where Spock's banging on and they're like, skip to the end.
Yeah, I like all that. I prefer a skip to the end than...
Oh, no, he does it to Scotty, which makes sense.
Yeah, good. Okay. Well, it's better than being like, English, please.
Right, exactly.
English nerd. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I love how they all can speak this techno babble, but they have no patience for it.
Right. Well, that makes sense, because they all
get it.
They all get it. Yeah. Which makes more sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Excited to see the next one?
Yes.
It's gonna be shit, though. Every second one's shit.
Because we've switched, we're reversed now. Back in the day, every even-numbered Star Trek movie was good, and every odd-numbered Star Trek movie was average to bad.
Yes.
With the exception of 5, which is truly awful.
Is that the one where they meet God?
Yeah, and directed by William Shatner.
That's probably why it's so awful.
Potentially. I don't want to point any fingers.
Spit in your grave, Shatner!
But now it's all the even-numbered ones.
God, I hope he doesn't die next week. I just yelled, spin in your grave, Shatner.
That's true. It's going to appear on blogs and the news.
I'm sure he's very nice. Sorry, go on. Yeah, every second one. And then it switched to...
Every odd-numbered one.
I nearly put this in my review. You know what did it? Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest is considered one of the best Star Trek films. It's been rated that by Trekkies.
Oh, I see.
Which means...
So if you insert that in...
It works.
Right, okay, sure. You can do that with Guardians of the Galaxy as well, though. Well, that's a Star Wars movie, I guess.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what's the rule for Star Wars. There's some good ones and then there's some real bad ones.
Correct.
And then there's some good ones, maybe?
I think the rule is if George Lucas directed it.
Except for the first one?
Except for the first one, it's bad.
Right.
That's the hard and fast rule.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Should we move it along?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of any other fun facts about it. That's pretty good.
Just open IMDb and just read from the top.
I will not. Oh, the Big Green Space Hand.
Yes.
Which is from an episode where they meet Apollo.
For Adonai.
Yes, they meet an alien who claims he's the god Apollo.
But he's not.
No, he is.
But he is.
He is. So they discover that aliens came to Earth and pretended to be the gods to the Greeks.
Yeah.
And then they went their separate ways when the Greeks stopped worshipping them. And they went out into space.
That's because they discovered Souvlakis.
Correct.
Is that right?
Didn't need God anymore. Yeah.
He grows real big, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he can generate a big glowing green hand that captures spaceships.
I use that in my Easter egg video,
and you see that in the closing credits.
Oh, right.
As they
yeah,
go
yeah,
through,
no,
as they
I
fly
totally
through space, you do
understood.
see the big green hand, which I thought was a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
touch.
that's pretty. I'm sure there were a lot more nods to like old episodes that I kind of missed.
There were, I mean, the Kirk having his birthday and not being particularly happy about it. That's always
That
in
is
there.
a Kirk thing, isn't it?
That's constantly recurring.
Must be hard being 31.
I was going to say,
or whatever
yeah,
it is.
exactly. That's right. I'm getting on, Bones. Look at me. My skin's so taut. I'm so muscular.
Look at this rich head of hair.
I feel so bad that in maybe 20 years, this is all going to come to an end. And I'll be
Maybe.
slightly less fit.
I mean, I look after myself.
Yeah, so almost certainly not, but you never know. I was going to say the idea of the aliens that are incredibly huge, but then it turns out they're
Yes.
tiny little monsters. That's a Star Trek
That's a
thing, I feel.
And sometimes vice versa, is it as well?
Oh,
I
yeah,
play with
sure.
scale
Uh-huh,
a bit.
yeah, mhm.
I'm trying to think of an example of that thing that I just said,
Uh-huh.
not knowing whether that be true. Anyway, Mason, I think we should press on.
Yeah, that'll do it.
If you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
Well, Mason, seems you love bloody Star Trek so much you want to marry it, nerd.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
no, that's fair.
Star Trek Discovery. This is a good segue, Mason, what I'm doing.
Perfecto.
They put a little teaser trailer at SDCC 2016
Woo!
where we see a
I'll
ship.
tell you what, it's bloody tiring. Bloody SDCC is on. You get out there and you make your videos and you
know
put up
I
the
do.
freshest news about SDCC, and I have to reply to every single one of those, going woo, and just watch the likes. Just watch
right.
the likes build up.
Watch
you know?
your body
God, it's difficult. I have to
stack
decide how
up.
many O's are in the woo.
Do you determine how many O's based on how much you like it?
Sometimes, yeah. But I have to say I did heavily weight the DC ones this time. Like put more O's, so it didn't look like I was a DC hater and a Marvel fanboy. just so you know.
You're always thinking one step ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
We get more of an idea of when this is set. Presumably maybe a little bit before when the movie's set, because after. Because the design of the ship is reminiscent of a couple of things. There was going to be, you know this, I'm sure. There was going to be a second series of series of the original Star
Star
Trek
Trek
series.
Phase 2.
Yeah, Phase 2.
Which eventually became Star Trek the Motion Picture.
That's right.
Movie number 1. So it's bad.
That's right. So the ship's very reminiscent of that, but apparently it looks like they took it straight from a movie that was going to come out before that called Planet of the Titans.
Huh.
So it's like pretty much the same exact ship. It's a weird brown color for some reason.
Yes.
Do you like the design?
It looks a lot like the ship we get in Beyond.
Yeah, I agree. So
Yeah.
when do you think it's set then?
Well,
it could be set at the case around the same time.
it's NCC 1031,
I know what it says.
something like that, or 1301. But regardless, that's before the Enterprise, because Enterprise is 1701.
Prequel.
Yeah, so it has to.
Enterprise was a prequel,
That's true. no, it's
and that ended with a holographic
yeah, I know,
party
right?
or something.
Yeah, my favorite scene. But it has to be quite soon. It is before. It's set. It must be set before. But that's the thing, we don't know because
What timeline?
well, what timeline? But also there's shadow right after the series number on
Yeah.
the ship, so it could be an A or a B or a C. We don't know
Ah.
because in Star Trek: The Next Generation we have NCC 1701D,
Yeah.
which. You know,
Means it's
they're into
forward.
the 5 digits by then.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is that.
It's like a number plate.
Enterprise is a legacy ship, so maybe this is. But it looks like an old. It looks like
Well, maybe they bust one out of retirement or whatever.
Maybe it's got a nice. Maybe it's just got a little. It's got a retro aesthetic.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm
They
saying. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah.
They've just. You know what's big right now? Kind of a brown ship. kind of a sepia tone, like a dirty water kind of a brown ship. You know. I mean, we've gone with this beautiful silvery pearl white for a while. Maybe just a new ship with brown.
Something we don't have to wash too often.
You know,
because
yeah.
it already looks terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear ya.
Okay.
And now it's obviously it's not a proper trailer. It's just kind of a teaser because
Yeah.
the CGI it looks like it's from like 1994.
No, I think it's better than that.
You
I think
need
you'd
to
look
see it on a
again.
bigger screen.
Okay,
Watch it
then.
on your phone.
Right, okay.
Oh, look, I'm not crapping on this brown ship, Mason.
Okay, sure.
Somebody's already clearly done that. But what I'm saying is it's not.
Do.
Yeah, I don't think it's representative of what it will finally be.
Do we
Yeah.
know anything else about it? Do we know
Not
any
that I
cast,
saw.
anything?
No, not
Okay.
really. Yeah,
Well then.
that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's move along. We've got
Yeah.
a lot of shit to talk about.
Okay.
Mason,
Hello.
I'm going to name some TV shows that had trailers.
Okay.
And you can just pick ones that you want to talk about.
Okay.
And then we move on from that. Because
Yes.
we have more news than we can shake a bloody newspaper at. If we had newspapers.
Yeah. Oh, also
Any
thanks to Zombie Neat
more?
Parade on Twitter, who sent. He made a little comic strip very quickly. Did you see it?
No, I
it's
didn't.
you.
I was bogged down today.
Oh, okay,
man.
right.
Like,
Well, it's
so many tweets back and forth.
It's you kicking the door down with some, and you're like, "There's superhero news," and I'm on the toilet, and I'm like, "Woo!" You see this? It's on my Twitter.
really
If you
good.
follow me on @Wikipedia Brand, you'll find it. But I am reading the newspaper, so I've got no time for superhero news. But I am just on the news, just reading the newspaper.
Good
Just-
stuff.
It says news on it. It's great work.
He does good work, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Also, there's another Weekly Planet animated thing as well.
Great.
Yeah.
On Brave Star.
It is, yeah. Roll Collins bloody put that out there. Follow him on Twitter, or the Weekly Planet on Twitter, and you can see that there. It's a bloody good one. Well, they always are. He knows what he's doing. Okay, American Gods. You watched the trailer?
Yes, it did. Looks great.
Looks great.
Great casting for Shadow, I feel. Great
Yep.
casting for Mr. Wednesday.
I don't know anything about this, but I'm looking forward to it.
Looks real good. On Stars proven quality. I like
Absolutely,
that.
I can't argue with that. And I feel like less so than AMC, they just kind of do stuff as it is.
Yeah, and also American Gods has a very defined beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
So it has to finish at some point. Looking at you, The Walking Dead.
Yeah. And also
Please.
Stars. Well, the comic's still going, and
Yeah.
they haven't caught up to the comic. Well, Stars. I really. I like Spartacus. I felt like it's season 3. It kind of waned towards the end, and they
Yep.
just went righto, one more season, and they just wrapped it up, and it was great.
Yep.
So that's the kind of that, and they also did. They do Party Down.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yep.
They do good work. Ghost Rider is going to appear on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's Robbie Ray.
Don't trick me. He doesn't even bloody ride a motorcycle. He's got a bloody Dodge Charger or something. I don't care. I wonder how they're going to do it though, because Robbie Reyes's costume, it's not. He doesn't have a flaming skull. He wears a helmet that is a flaming skull. But in the teaser, it's a flaming skull.
It looks like a flaming skull.
What are
yeah.
they going? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
I don't think you
What are they
care,
gonna do?
really.
No, I don't care.
Deep down.
I don't know, but here's the thing: I should be pleased because they're integrating your big scale costumed heroes
Right.
into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. averse. But I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Unless they put him in the Defenders somehow. They
I don't
can't,
think so.
though. Yeah.
I don't think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has really
Yeah.
crossed over with anything much.
Uh-huh.
They kind of, like a movie comes out and they went, Civil War was crazy. Let's find an artifact or
Right,
whatever.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't watch that show. A lot of people like it, and that's
Yep.
great, man. Walking Dead, you don't care about that, do you?
Nope, didn't watch it.
I watched it. I'm looking forward to see who's dead. It's probably Glenn. I don't know that for
Glenn.
a fact.
Is that good?
Yeah, he's good as any. Well, he had a bloody weak cop out kind of death where he
Oh,
crawled
okay.
under the dumpster. You probably heard about it last
Okay.
season, where he had it looked like he had all his guts ripped out, but it turned out that it was a guy who'd fallen on top of him, and then he
Oh,
crawled
yeah.
under a
Okay,
dumpster
yep.
or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Legion.
Oh yeah, just saw that. Professor X's estranged son, who has various.
Handsome estranged son.
Yeah,
he's
true.
from Downton Abbey.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
He's the British one.
Yeah, interesting. I had no idea that
Yeah.
was coming at all. So,
Oh, right, really? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know much about Legion, so I was like, yeah, that's intriguing. I'll probably give that a go, but I don't know. I don't think it's even connected to the movie universe.
Okay, sure.
I might be wrong about that. But I know they had to go to Marvel specifically and be like, can we make this? Because Marvel own all the TV rights.
Right, okay.
Well, sorry, they don't own them. They have to give permission.
Okay, sure.
So I thought that was,
Okay.
I still think some kind of deal happened there that we don't know about.
Right.
And that's part of it. But I think there's other stuff.
I also wonder because Legion's essentially ability is that he has multiple personalities, and each of them has a different mutant power.
Yeah.
So how are they going to do that in the series?
If they do it all.
If they do it, that's the thing. Like if he's called Legion, but he's just got vague telekinetic powers.
Yeah.
Is that a show? I mean, it's a show.
It's already a show, mate.
It's too late for me to get in there and cancel it.
You should be in the board meeting.
Yeah.
Is this a show? Is this enough?
Is this for a show? Yeah. Looks pretty good though.
Yeah.
But again, his power set seems to be quite vague. He's like, I swap places with her, and she swap places with me, so I can. I'm her.
I'm
and
not
she's
crazy,
me.
I
I'm not
am,
crazy,
or
but I am
whatever.
crazy. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see.
Absolutely.
He seems interesting.
He does. Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash,
Didn't see
season 3.
him. Didn't see him. People are like, we should get back into that.
I know we should.
We'll
but
do an
we're not.
episode. They're good. They're quality shows.
They dip in and out, and depends. I enjoyed Legends of Tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this is quite good, but I kind of stopped watching it. Arrow, I fell right off because it just kind of.
Yeah.
A lot of people have fallen off, and The Flash, I do enjoy, but I've only seen like the first 2 episodes of the last season. But I love all the comic book elements they bring into the
Yeah.
Flash. I mean, you're getting like King Shark or whatever. Like,
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, man. Who'd have
Black
thought-
Flash.
Exactly.
Kid Flash is coming this season.
Kid Flash, yeah. So who would have thought we'd get any of that? Like that, what I love about that series is it just goes, what do you want? We'll do it.
Right, okay.
You know, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even one, Supergirl's the same as well. Like, you want Superman? Sure, we'll put him in next season.
That's right,
It's
yeah.
really cool. Not that I've ever seen that show, but I respect it, Mason.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's talk real news, Mason.
Okay.
Enough of this TV nonsense.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway, you're happy that Walking Dead's coming back, aren't you?
I know, I'm not.
You
I'm
bet it- you think it's Glenn.
I'm indifferent to negative about Walking Dead. And I shouldn't be negative because I never watch it, so it's irrelevant to me, but I'm still a little bit negative about it.
Have you read the comic?
No.
It's really good, man.
Okay.
Do you like horrific things?
No.
Oh, you probably won't. No, you'll like it.
Okay, I trust you. I trust you.
Let's talk about the movie that everyone was talking about, Mason. Guy Ritchie's King Arthur.
Oh, there we go. Classic fake
I got you,
out.
didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You know what? Also, because when you went, I was obviously looking for the trap when you said the movie, but then I couldn't even think of that movie that you just showed me the trailer for, like before we started, immediately before we started. No memory. It was there, I watched it, and then it was gone. So great work.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
I watched it, I'm like, that looks fun enough.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's got to be like all these recent movies, just a toothless affair.
Yep.
People running about, lads ladding about.
There were some lads. They were definitely like, this King Arthur is cool and casual. It's
Sure.
Pacific Rim's Charlie Hunnam.
It is.
He's wearing just an open collar shirt and a bloody some casual pants. You know, he's not wearing a suit of armor. He's just.
I bet that doesn't even have a waistband on it.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
No good, sir.
I got it. It looked to me. I was like, this is Lock, Stock, and Sherlock kind
Yeah.
of meshed together.
I noticed they added in some classic Guy Ritchie elements, like somebody's
Guns.
Yes, somebody's reaching for like a box of coins, and you hear cha-ching. You know, a bit of
Right.
bit of motion sound effect.
Yeah, there's a bit of hyper reality to it. That being said, it looks a lot more fun than that fucking Clive Owen one. Do you remember
definitely,
that?
yeah.
That was so. They were like, we're going to do this for real, but it was like this horrible mud country with weird swamp people fighting each other in.
Yeah.
I don't even an ice.
Yeah,
sheets
give me
of-
some magic. I want some magic. I want a giant elephant. I want bloody Jude Law's in it.
Yeah.
I guess he's Vortigern, who's the bloody...
I guess.
He was Rutger Hauer in the Merlin TV series.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Yeah, he's that guy.
But is it actually magic? Or is it kind
Oh.
of, is this all like hallucinations and dreams?
Oh.
Because,
I'd be okay with that.
yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I'll see it.
But if it's not magic, what's the sword doing in the stone? Why can nobody else pull it out?
It's cold.
Did everybody else loosen it?
It's cold and it
It's
expands.
the medieval equivalent of a jar. That
Right.
It goes around, everybody loosens it a little bit, and then he takes it out.
Wait, steel expands in the heat, doesn't it?
Oh,
I want to say yes.
boy. This has revealed our number one vulnerability, which is anything that isn't comic book movies.
Regardless, it was the opposite weather
The
required.
things get warmer in the sun. Oh. Do we have time to look it up? Oh. Anyway,
I should know that. Nobody tweet us
please don't.
because we know.
That'll be literally the only thing people tweet
I know,
us.
right? So, yeah, because in King Arthur,
Yep.
the Clive Owen movie, it was his ancestral sword that he pulled from his father's grave or something to save, which is, I guess, maybe what really happened because he went to defend his village, but it kind of got twisted if it was a real thing, which
Right,
I don't know how historic it is.
Pull it out of a stone, mate.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess there is elements of magic. Or it's like a jar and everybody loosens it. Cha-ching or whatever. Guy Ritchie.
Or the weather, as you mentioned.
That's right. Harry Potter movie.
I didn't see the trailer, but this is Fantastic Beasts. Right.
I don't have anything to say. You know what I've been doing? I've been slowly watching all the Harry Potter movies. I watched 3 to the last one. And I really like those movies. I don't like 1 and 2. 3 I don't even love. But 4 to 8...
Uh-huh.
really solid, man. And like everybody gets better at acting, the special effects get better, the stakes get raised. I even like the 1-7.
Neville Longbottom.
He gets so handsome. He bloody turns from like a weird mush monster to Henry Cavill. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
But there's even, I think it's 7. It's Deathly Hallows Part 1, where most of it's set in a tent in the forest, and it's all existential or whatever.
Right,
I
okay.
think it's great. I think it's really good.
Sounds like the budget run out if you ask me, but all right.
Like that that is totally justified splitting those last two.
Is
that
Neville
last book.
Longbottom the real chosen one?
No, it turned out not to be because Harry Potter was.
Okay then.
But I like the idea.
Theory shot down.
Yeah. I like the idea that he was, though. The
Yep.
thing is, the prophecy would have gone to whoever Voldemort went to kill first.
Right.
It could have been either of them, and he happened to pick Harry Potter.
Okay.
But I would have loved it if Harry Potter was a decoy the whole time.
Yeah,
I think that
right.
would have been fantastic. But I do like the reveal, spoiler alert for Harry Potter. Why am I talking about this? We've got so much else to talk about. That Dumbledore is raising Harry Potter, knowing that he's got a piece of Voldemort's soul in him, just to get him killed. Just to be like, he needs to die if we're going to move forward with any
Right.
of this. And Snape's like, you're a bastard. And he's like, well, you're a weird, greasy weirdo, Snape. And
Get
Snape's
a proper
like,
haircut. Who has a middle part anymore? Creeps.
well, those that they're set in, they end in 1998. The books do.
Okay.
The movies, I think, were more modern day. Because there's probably
Well,
computers.
give him a more modern haircut. Give him that one people had in the mid 2000s, but was all brushed forward. You know, put a bit of gel in there.
I know, man.
Yeah, you know.
The faux hawkish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Fantastic Beasts. I don't care.
I'm hearing good things about that Cursed Child play.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I hear that nobody's given the plot away.
That's
'Cause
amazing.
J.K. Rowling's like, don't do it, please, and everybody's like, all right.
You're pretty powerful.
Yeah.
You're richer than the Queen or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She could probably get a lot of people killed. Yeah, no, I would. They bring out the book, but it's the play,
Yep.
and I love those books. I think they're really great. But I'm weighing up whether to get it or not. Because how does reading a play go? I remember reading it in school and being like, geez, Shakespeare's pretty
you're
crap,
legally
isn't it?
you're legally required to get a whole bunch of people together. You give each of them a role. You have to buy each of them their own copy of the play script.
One of them will be really into it.
Yeah, and somebody won't be because you've dragged them in at the last minute. And they keep tuning out. They're on
Like
their
a-
phone all the time.
Like a brother's friend or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, I'll see it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's good. I don't care. I want to see another Harry Potter movie. That's what I want to see based on that play.
Cool, man.
Moving along.
Let's do it.
Skull Island.
Kong
Skull Island.
Biggest Kong ever?
Yes.
Cool.
People have a problem with that because he's by far the biggest Kong
He
ever.
has to be able to fight Godzilla
He's
in a couple
still
of years.
not big enough.
That's true. He's nowhere near as big enough. But again, like I said, he doesn't have to be big enough to fight Godzilla for an extended length of time. He just has to be big enough to fight him for a little bit and then have Godzilla charge in a battle with King Kong on his back against the real
However
monsters.
many minutes of fighting it takes to get to that.
Yeah.
As I said, though, I want a whole lot of little Kongs to fight him like a barrel of monkeys, and he just lights them all on fire, and they run into the ocean.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
hundreds of them on
Yeah.
fire. But he's still big.
Yeah.
And he looks real mean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he doesn't look like the kind of Kong with a bit of humanity. Maybe it's not even the King Kong.
Oh.
Because it's set in the 70s.
Do you think maybe that's King Kong Jr.?
I know.
You
I'm
think it's
saying,
King Kong's dad?
Yeah, it might be. But I think there's a very good chance that whatever way it goes, that's not King Kong.
I think that's King Kong Jr., and I think real King Kong, Donkey Kong style, will have a collar and tie. And he's even bigger.
Great. So I love how they didn't go. I was skeptical of this at first. I'm not going to lie, but when they started with the director they got, and then they
When is this set? The 70s?
yeah, it's set in the 70s, which
Okay.
is when the last King Kong movie before the Peter Jackson one was set.
Yep.
And just even stepping away from the 30s and going, let's do this Vietnam era.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess it's an allegory in a way, Mason.
Sure, yeah.
Of the dangers of war and modern warfare.
King Kong is Nixon.
Yes, yes. And Samuel L. Jackson is just Samuel L. Jackson, really, isn't he? It looks great. It
does
looks
look
great,
great, yeah.
right?
Uh-huh,
Am
yeah.
I wrong?
Looks pretty great.
Yeah. It looks
Psst, helicopters getting
yeah,
swatted
man.
down.
And you know what I really
Hiddleston's blonde.
yeah.
Is he naturally blonde? What's going
I
on there?
think he might be. He's not as dark as Loki. I know that. Maybe he's more of a brunette.
Yes.
But you know what else I love about this as opposed to the Peter Jackson version, which
What's that?
spent 4 hours on a boat before we saw the monkey or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This island looks dangerous.
Yeah,
Even
okay.
though we don't see a lot of the creatures,
There could be all kinds of weird stuff in
there
there.
will definitely be. There's a bit where you see a guy with a mounted gun on a Triceratops' skull.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's stuff like that, and I don't know whether there'll be dinosaurs. I'd imagine there will be.
Uh-huh.
But I think there's that kind of one creepy scene where there's CGI bugs in the other
Yeah,
version,
uh-huh.
and that's kind of creepy. But then when you look back on it, it is a lot of CGI bugs.
Yeah.
So I just think,
It's hard for actors to look scared swatting away bugs that aren't really there. It's
well,
never-
what are you doing in the biz? That's what I say,
That's
Mason.
right. Get better at it.
So yeah, man, I'm 100% on board.
Yeah.
And Brie Larson, of course, who we'll get to, is fantastic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
As is John Goodman,
That's right.
who's also
I'm
fantastic.
looking forward to a John Goodman, Samuel L. Jackson yell-off.
Yeah,
It's going to be great, yeah.
maybe one of them will ride the other one's back into battle.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be Jackson on Goodman.
It'd have to be, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, totally.
Good. I don't think I have anything else to say about that, but
They've nailed that 70s aesthetic. If
Yeah.
you said this was made in the 70s, I mean, I wouldn't believe you because I'd recognise Tom Hiddleston, obviously, and Samuel L. Jackson. Well, maybe he'd be in.
it looks better than a movie made in the 70s.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't think you'd really believe that deep down.
No.
Yeah, or even on a surface level.
I don't believe in anything. Really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Mason, I hope you believe in this, all the Marvel news that we've got.
Woo!
So we got some Netflix trailers.
Yes, we did.
We
So
got
good.
Luke Cage, we got
Yep.
Iron Fist, and we got The Defenders.
Yeah,
Not of the Earth, Mason.
Did he put it in? Did he put it in?
Who's to say,
Who's
Mason?
to say? I don't know.
Maybe
I'll
I've
never
given
know.
up on that game.
Okay. Has he though?
So let's talk Iron Fist first, I
Okay,
guess, because
sure.
that's the... No, I'd say do Defenders last, I guess.
Yep.
Iron Fist is a very short teaser
And
trailer.
it's the freshest property. We've seen the other stuff
Yeah,
before.
man. Danny Rand, he's in a bloody mental asylum for some reason.
Yeah.
My brother, the one you don't like, he loves Iron Fist. I don't know a lot about him. I know that time that he took up Daredevil's spot when Daredevil went to jail.
Yep.
And he bloody roams around in the
Yeah.
costume and whatever. I don't really know much
And the
else.
bad guys are like, "What are you gonna do, Daredevil? You're gonna give me a little slap about? I don't care. I'm a tough guy." And then Iron Fist just like Iron Fist, and just punches a hole through his chest. He doesn't care.
He doesn't. What did you take from this trailer?
He's got a good old Iron Fist.
He certainly
We don't
does.
see any Iron Fist effect though.
No.
I
He
wonder
punches
what-
down a door or something, doesn't he?
He blows a hole through the wall of his cell, I guess.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty good. Do you think... So he goes and learns all mystic stuff like Batman, except he comes back with a legitimately dangerous skill.
Sure, yeah.
Not that Batman isn't dangerous. You're out there and you're giving it a go, and we appreciate you, Batman.
Yeah.
But
Imagine Batman if the criminals were like, "Whatever, Bat, what are you going to do? Slap me around?" And Batman's like, "Iron Fist!" Yeah! Punches a hole through his chest, you know?
anytime Batman gets powers, he becomes infinitely less interesting.
That's very true, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what else did you take from that trailer? Anything? I watched it like I can't even remember. I'm so burnt on bloody Comic Con.
There's not a lot to it, honestly, that trailer.
He looks like a good Iron Fist kind of looking guy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Could do with a shave. That's all I'm saying.
I think he will, Mason.
Yeah.
That
We don't see
shows.
the costume. I'm sure we'll get more trailers after
Yeah.
this, but
Maybe we'll get the costume in the last episode.
Yeah.
I hope not. I really hope
does
not.
he have a dragon tattoo on his chest?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, come on.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Mason.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk Luke Cage. Got a lot more there.
Okay, yeah.
He's bloody running about, isn't he?
Yep.
Running amok.
so
Takes a
good.
car door and like wraps it around a dude and like throws him down
That is
some stairs.
that is so good. The fact that he's just a steamroller and
There's no finesse. Yeah.
well, I mean, there's a he flings the guy through the roof and what happens. Yeah.
But there's no, I guess, there's no kind of, he's not like,
There doesn't need to be any finesse. But ultimately, like the reason he brings the car door in is only to just save his clothes.
Yeah, that's
it
right.
seems because we got that teaser a couple of months back where he's like, "This is how I lose them because people just machine gun me."
yeah.
And I get holes in
Exactly.
all my clothes. But
And then once he gets all the holes, he's like, whatever. So
Yeah.
the door goes down and the fists go up, Mason.
yeah,
So I guess he's a hero for hire as well. That's
Yeah,
it. Though
totally.
he seems like reluctant to do it. He's like, I don't want to do this. Who was the villain in that? I can't remember. Is there a villain shown?
well, it's that guy who's in Jessica
Liar?
Jones, right?
Okay, I don't remember.
Okay,
My concern of these is it's going to be a lot of Matrix-like hallways, green with greenish lights and fluorescence, and alleyways, and that's kind of all we get again.
yes, but that's the thing. Like, if you think about Jessica Jones, all those fights are unbelievably one-sided.
Yes.
because it's just Jones goes in and just lays everybody flat.
Yeah.
and it's not even it's very rarely. I mean, except when she's fighting Nuke, I guess.
Right.
but it's very rarely like a competition. It's just her.
It's not Daredevil, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but that series is so compelling.
Yeah.
Like it's not about the fights, and I feel this is kind of to draw us in. Like look at what Luke Cage can do.
Yeah.
But I think the drama around the series itself will be
I hope so, because I felt towards the end of Daredevil that this is all kind of getting a bit samey.
just
Which
fist
is why,
fights.
which is why, all of it in general.
Uh-huh.
I still think 13 episodes for all of these is too much.
Yeah.
I think, what was I going to say? I think Daredevil season 2 was I enjoyed it, but it's a lot like season 1.
Oh, Mr. Sunday backpedals over here, eh?
No, I genuinely did. It was it was too many episodes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
thought. And it was a lot. It kind of retread a lot of stuff.
These got me really hyped, these trailers.
Oh, really?
I think maybe because of the soundtracks.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm the least hyped about the Iron Fist one. Just a pretty generic soundtrack, but this one we get Old Dirty Bastard.
Right.
The late, great Old Dirty
Sure.
Bastard in this. And the Defenders trailer we get Nirvana.
Yes. I like Nirvana.
Yeah,
Because I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just the Defenders one is just like tearing off shreds, and then it uses all their different logos to make that bloody thing. Is Defenders coming before Iron Fist? I have to check the dates.
No,
on
it
that.
says Luke Cage is. Oh, okay, right.
surely,
Luke Cage
right?
is September, right?
Yeah.
We got for Iron Fist. It just said coming soon. I think.
And then they announced Daredevil season 3.
Okay, cool.
I just think you can take it out. I know it's all supposed to be set in Hell's Kitchen or whatever, and it's all in this area, but I think you can take it outside of that, which is why I'm excited when they do the Punisher series that he can go anywhere. And if we're doing a Danny Rand thing, let's see the mystical stuff.
Yes.
Let's see him traveling through the bloody
mystical city of Kunlun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of shipping yards, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fewer shipping yards.
Yeah.
What else? That part in the Defenders trailer where Stick's like, you want to save the city, you can't even save yourself. That's new, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Also,
'Cause it
shut
was-
up, Stick.
Yeah, right?
You're useless, mate.
Yeah. God.
He gives the most vague, useless
Yeah.
advice, that bloke.
Yeah.
Such a prick as
Yeah.
well. Daredevil just wanted a hug.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Should have kicked him into that weird pit. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Stick, if you met my friend Danny Rand, Iron Fist! All through his chest. That's what you get.
Does he yell Iron Fist?
No. Although there's still time to add that in.
Certainly.
I feel.
You can do that in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The F-Zero character, Captain Falcon, when he Falcon punches somebody, he does yell
He
Falcon
does.
punch.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty
something.
bloody good, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on that?
No. I'm jazzed for them. They look
Me
pretty
too.
good.
Look, I shouldn't be so skeptical, Mason. You shouldn't let me be so skeptical.
Sorry.
Tell me to buck up.
Buckle up, mate. Because there's more sweet Comic-Con news coming. So put your little seatbelt on. Here we go.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Now, a
Yep.
lot of the Marvel news, this is all kind of third-hand and kind of stuff, images that they released.
Because I've just seen the title cards,
Yes,
really.
looks cool, doesn't it? The
Yeah,
Guardians
looks
one.
good.
It looks like a bumper sticker or whatever, or like an 80s rock album or
Yeah,
whatever. But apparently, of the footage they got, Yondu is he's now officially a Guardian,
That's right.
and it's him and Groot, baby Groot, and Rocket trying to escape a facility.
Right.
And baby Groot's trying to help, but he's just a teeny tiny little
He's
guy.
trying to retrieve Yondu's arrow.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he's trying.
Cool,
He's
cool.
trying. It's that classic. Go get in the fin, and he brings back a coffee cup. And it's it's that kind of.
Because he's a baby.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah. But apparently this was amazing. And then when he does get his whistling arrow, he just drops like dozens and dozens
Yeah,
of guys
totally.
with it. Yeah. I wonder how it got to the point where he's in the team now. I wonder how that happened.
That's a good.
I mean, he's not a
question.
terrible bloke, is he?
No, he is.
Yeah.
He's real bad.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. Also, the biggest reveal that people tweeted to us.
Yes.
I'm sure you know what this is.
Oh, Kurt Russell has been cast
Yes.
as Ego the Living Planet and also Star-Lord's dad.
How does that work?
I don't know, but I think
It's prediction time, Mason.
I'm gonna
Ring a ding ding.
Oh.
This is the official bell we always use every week. If you've just tuned in for the first time,
Here
this
we go. Time to predict. Ring a ding ding. I'll predict a thing. That's what we say. Somebody make a theme tune. We will add it to we'll add it literally every single time we predict the thing on this podcast. So you'll get no money, but you'll get a lot of glory.
That's right.
I'll give you a clean one. Ring a ding ding. Let's predict a thing.
I've spent all day making trailer breakdowns.
You are delirious.
I've clearly-
That's not as funny as you think it is. Okay, I'm going to predict that he can make human avatars. Because he can't go,
Okay.
because he can't move, sort of. But I'm going to say that within a certain radius, he can create a human avatar
Okay.
to explore the universe or what have you.
All right. Ring a
And
ding
it
ding.
can bang.
Yeah, well, that's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Because one goes to Earth, being a pure light.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction. Yours actually sounds a lot better. Ring a ding ding. I'll predict a thing.
Okay,
That
theme tune. Add some Christmas bells.
The planet is a ship, like a Wizard of Oz situation.
Oh, okay,
and
sure.
he's like the pilot, and so they think it's this big kind of sentient planet, but it's just a dude in a really big ship.
Oh, okay, that works. Okay, yeah.
But I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
That's what we do in this segment. Yeah.
That's
Anything
why it's lasted so very long. Because it's good to predict things.
Why it's one of our staples.
Yeah. What do you think about... I don't know if you've got it written there. What do you think about the new Marvel Studios logo?
I like it. And you know what? I think they've done it because they've gone, we want to distance ourselves from everyone else who's making Marvel movies.
That aren't very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I hate it now, but like every time they update the Facebook layout, I hate it now, I won't care tomorrow.
No, that's
like,
right.
I've adjusted
Did you
to
see
it
the
and-
full thing where it falls
Yeah,
out?
I
through
did see that, yeah. That softened it a little bit, but
Yeah.
this version, I'm like, ugh,
Yeah, I
alright.
really liked the last one when
Yeah.
they updated it because the one before that was just the flicking pages that everybody
yeah,
does.
yeah.
And no, so I the last one was cool, but yeah, that's fine. But we don't know to what extent they're going to use it because it's quite long.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they'll cut that down a bit.
You'd think so. But I mean, I feel, because, you know, whenever a Marvel movie starts and you do get that intro scene and it's, or even when you just get a trailer, you just get a little bit of action,
Yeah.
throw immediately to Marvel and the little shit. I'm like, oh, that's really punchy.
Yeah.
This less so.
Bit draggedy outy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even just the Marvel, it's too long.
Okay.
I just like it just says Marvel. Anyway, I'll be fine tomorrow.
What about if it was Marvel Studios and the studios was underneath?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah,
Okay.
reformat it, Marvel.
Get on it.
Get on it.
You
They
probably
won't. They
Nah,
won't.
they definitely
They won't.
won't.
Yeah.
All right. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes.
That's still currently filming.
Uh-huh.
But they've shown some footage from it.
Yep.
Apparently, it's very John Hughes. Like, and that
Oh,
was the
16
that was the
candle
idea.
style.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, right.
And like it opens with like the Avengers kind of yearbook, and so like you see all the Avengers in like high school or whatever. Like,
Okay,
it kinda
right.
Starts like that or some variation.
What's
on that.
Thor gonna be doing?
I don't know. What kind of school do you go to?
Medieval school.
Yeah.
Just pulling various weapons out of various rocks.
Punch a bloke school. Mm-hmm. It's apparently it's very that really nails that kind of teenager kind of 80s kind of teen movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man's kind of creeping on girls and he's like, oh, it's just weird. I feel like I've been staring for too long or whatever. There's also a bit where he's in class and he's watching footage of himself taking down Ant-Man from Civil War.
All right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fun.
that. And we also got some concept art.
We did of the Vulture. So
Yeah.
the Vulture's definitely these wings are huge.
Yeah.
This is not what I was expecting.
I don't know if I love it, Mason, but you know, as always, you just have to see it in motion. It really reminds me of that kind of Goblin glider, Harry Osborn from Amazing Spider-Man 2 kind of thing.
Because if we've got the Falcon,
Yeah.
who has
Oh yeah.
very compact, very high-tech, very efficient wings, and we've got this kind of oven door, this kind of Back to the Future 2 oven door kind of technology. He's got big big turbines in the wings.
It's like a shield bloody
I guess
plane.
if you sell him more as like a
an idiot.
yeah, definitely. But more because he's coming at Spider-Man with these clawed feet.
Yeah. I like the clawed feet actually.
Look, I think if it's sold more as it's this giant, like this battering ram of a
that is cool.
Yeah.
Like BioShock Infinite, like that kind of bird.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
where it's just
Terrifying.
it's and it's impact. And
Yeah.
it's kind of
Well, you're right, because if you did it as an old man in a little feathery costume,
Yeah.
like Spider-Man could knock the shit out of that
Yeah,
bloke.
yeah.
But you're right. If it's like a tank with wings,
right.
then yeah, that's a little bit more terrifying. What's the face mask look like? What do you see, Mason? Get up close.
Yes, I'm looking bloody close. All right. It's like a full face helmet, black, two glowy green eyes,
Okay.
little dots.
Oh, you're really selling this, mate.
Yeah, he's got a furry collar about him, a
Good.
feathery collar. Yeah.
No, I really like the feet. Actually, looking at that again. Okay, yeah, it's. Oh yeah, he's kind of got like a pilot kind of costume.
Yeah, totally,
Pilot
yeah.
jacket kind of.
Do you think it's homemade? Do you think it's a
It
military
looks a bit
weapon?
homemade. Oh, maybe. They mentioned some.
He looks like he's got kind of crossbone style.
Yeah,
strength
that's what I was about to
enhancer
say.
gauntlets for punching.
Isn't the I heard like the Tinkerer maybe is in this as well?
Oh, that would
I
explain-
don't
okay,
know
that would
whether-
explain it.
I don't know
Alright.
actually whether that's true, but yeah, this
Yeah.
is like a bloody bruiser of a bloody.
But it also looks very much like if Spider-Man just rips off the backpack straps that are holding it on.
Right.
The whole thing would fall apart.
right, yeah, because
So-
the guy himself isn't actually encased. He's wearing cargo pants.
Yes.
And just a leather jacket, but he's
Yeah.
quite exposed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure Michael Keaton knows what he's doing, though.
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
he?
definitely, yeah. He's awkwardly gotten out of the Batmobile many times. He knows what's up.
He does. So those are actually spinny blades, aren't they, on the wings?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. I thought they were kind of like
yeah.
jet engines. But
Look, I mean, if they're smartly writing this, and they would be, because
Yeah.
they know what they're doing at this point.
yeah.
There would be a reason Spider-Man can't just web him in the face and
Yeah.
cut the backpack straps and he's vulnerable again.
Yeah.
Like the wings are web-proof or, who knows.
Or he's just pretty fast.
Yeah, maybe. Spider-Man might web the back of the thing and the Vulture sends him on a merry chase through New York,
That would be a fun
Yeah.
time.
I guess the idea being that 99% of the time the reason Spider-Man beats the Vulture is he just webs him and then the weight of two people just brings the whole suit down. But that's not going to happen with this.
No.
Because it's a jet.
Also, the
essentially.
Vulture's like 90 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Michael Keaton's only 84 or
Yeah,
something.
so he's
however
real
old he is.
sprightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Have you recently rewatched Birdman?
I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I need to go back and I haven't.
You don't have to.
I do. I really need. I want to finish it. Why?
Okay.
What about it?
No, I mean, I enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple of times. I
okay.
enjoyed it. But, it's a lot of people are like, this is a movie about nothing. This is a movie about, this is a movie about them. It's just wank about the industry of acting by actors and. I
like to
liked
think
it a lot.
There's a lot of prestige in acting, Mason. They're not all weird social clubs.
Yeah, I just like to look into that weird world, that weird creative theatre world. I think it was fun.
Good stuff.
And it does feel like Michael Keaton doing stuff after Batman, so that's fun too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would have worked as well if they got someone who wasn't Batman.
Correct.
Or a worse Batman.
Yeah.
Like a Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
You couldn't do George Clooney either because he's
on the up. He's
always on the up. How does he
he's
do it?
looking so great. Try and imagine George Clooney with thinning hair. You can't.
Never.
Yeah. Anyway.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
I'm sorry I said anything.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
My favourite logo.
Let's
Like
have
a
look.
Van Halen cover.
Let's have a quick bloody look here. Oh boy, is it ever. Wow. Yeah, okay. That's great.
So this has only been filming for a couple of weeks also, right?
That is a great font.
I
That'll
know.
become we'll see a lot of parody shirts with that font on it.
Definitely.
I predict that's me. Ring a ding ding, predicting a thing. A lot of t-shirts. Thor Ragnarok tour. There'll be a lot of those.
Right,
2017.
Good.
Or 1987, whichever they
Whatever
choose to
it
go
was.
with, yeah.
So I guess this is... Do you reckon it's going to be a kind of a glam rock kind of... I mean, because it's got to be gladiatorial.
Yeah,
So maybe they're going to bring that element into
We're
it.
the champions. Will it be in there?
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a lot funnier than... Initially, I'm like, it doesn't have to be funny, but now I'm like, yeah, make it funny.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Taika Waititi, obviously, he's got a great eye for comedy.
Yeah.
If you look at the movies and the Flight of Conchords show that he had a big hand in. But what they showed a bit of concept art, a bit of kind of unfinished footage and special effectsy stuff.
Okay.
You see Hulk in his gladiator armor, and he leaps towards the demon Surtur, I think it is.
Yep.
Surtur.
Mm-hmm.
And he's this giant hulking kind of monster also. So and you actually, if you go to you see at the Comic-Con floor, they had Hulk's gladiatorial helmet there.
Oh, really?
And all these kind of gear. So
Yeah,
it is Planet Hulk. They're making Planet Hulk.
That's true, they are, yeah.
And they've somehow dodged, because Universal own the rights to a Hulk solo movie, and instead of being kind of
Sneaky.
they just went, it's a Thor movie.
Very
But
good.
it's really...
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
it's Planet Hulk.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I always find it's interesting when you have a character who's so powerful like the Hulk, and you throw him into an environment where he isn't anymore.
Right,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
scales are balanced out. Like we've talked about this, the comic book series Irredeemable.
Yeah.
Where we have the character, the Plutonian, who's like the Superman analog, and all of a sudden he's thrown into, deep space where he meets all kinds of alien civilizations where he's not even really. He's just another guy.
Yeah, that's right.
I always think that's really interesting.
That is a good comic.
So
You're right.
we're gonna get that. We're gonna
Absolutely.
Get a bit of
Apparently, we also see Kate Blanchett's Hela.
that. Okay.
So yeah, that's good casting as
yeah.
well. And Jeff Goldblum's in
Hella
it.
good actor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. That's good, right?
Yeah. What's he? Oh, he's the games master? No, grandmaster.
Remember something like that.
Clue master.
Yeah, he's the clue master.
Yeah, he's a toast master.
He is. Black Panther didn't do a lot because that
Okay.
hasn't started yet, but they did bring out all the cast, including Michael B. Jordan, who's confirmed as the villain.
Yep.
And I don't know how to say her name, but she's in Walking Dead.
Is Andy Serkis in there?
I
What's going on
don't
there?
think so.
When does he get his claw?
Yeah, good question. Or his sonic radar dish hand.
Yeah, he's claw.
Is it called a claw? Is it?
That's what I'm calling it.
Good.
Yeah.
Michonne from The Walking Dead's in it as well. I can't remember her name. So that's pretty because she's good in that show. She's good in that show that is sometimes good and sometimes just like whatever. He's doing his in different arms.
Yep.
Just a wanking motion. I don't really have anything else to say about that because I mean the cast looks great. The director's great. He even said that in 2009 he was in Hall H watching the Marvel panel. So that's cool that he's now he's done Creed. He did Fruitvale Station. So and now he's
that's the key, folks.
This. That's right.
You never get anywhere in the Marvel cinematic movie production universe unless you're in Hall H at some point. Fight your way in. If you haven't been in yet, get in there.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Any way you can. Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Got a trailer.
Full trailer. Looks great.
That's the one I'm currently trying to break it down.
Oh yeah.
But
How's
I've
that
done
going?
2 today. Not well. I'm just like, it's all mirrored dimensions and spinny fire circle teleportations.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So I got to sit down when I'm not knackered
Yeah.
and gonna go through it. But it
You'll
looks
never
great.
not be knackered.
No,
though,
that's
the
true.
thing, yeah.
That's my life.
So we get Chiwetel Ejiofor in there.
Yeah.
He's not the bad guy yet.
Yet.
Presumably, maybe the next movie.
Next
he's
time
the bad
round.
guy,
Or
yeah.
maybe it's revealed at the end that he was mad all along. Or
Classic Marvel strategy.
Exactly.
He just becomes mad at the end for no reason.
Wouldn't it be interesting though if he doesn't go mad at all in this, and then
Yeah.
the next one it's his fall in the second movie?
Yeah, maybe.
Instead of being like, I was evil all along also. Like that's not fun.
That's true, yeah.
Or
Or maybe in the
interesting.
next one he'll meet maybe Dormammu.
Yeah.
And he'd be
Who was
like,
the villain in this again? I should know. It's Mads Mikkelsen, but did they reveal who it was? And I can't remember. As I said, man, my brain, it's
your
fried.
brain's fried. I'll
Was-
look it up while you talk.
Was there enough? Well, I was going to ask you a question, but now I
No,
can't.
I can do both things.
Was
Watch
there-
me multitask. This is going to be great.
They also showed a clip.
All right.
There's also showed a clip where he confronts the Ancient One.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't believe in any of this bullshit or whatever. We didn't see this. And he like she punches him out of his body. And then you see like a montage of him learning how to do all the different magic spells and whatever. Like a training sequence.
Oh, yeah.
And that sounds great. And we get a little bit of that in the trailer. We see him kind of accidentally kind of open a portal and he kind of freaks out.
His magic symbols look good.
Oh, they look
A
so
little-
good. Yeah.
Green geometric little thingamajiggies.
It's
He
all
hasn't said
kaleidoscopy.
he hasn't said anything ridiculous yet, and I wonder if he will.
He will.
No.
He'll have to.
No.
He'll scream it.
Mads Mikkelsen is playing Caecilius.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
At least we're honest, Mason.
Yeah.
At least we both didn't
Yeah.
go, oh yes, that classic character. Moving on.
That's a trap, because what if we say that and he was
And
just
he's
he's
new.
invented for this movie?
Yeah, exactly,
No, I
yeah.
can't do it. Also, Stephen Strange drives a Lamborghini, which is pretty...
You like a Lambo?
I like a Lambo from time to
But
time.
you don't like a muscle car with a man with a fiery helmet.
No, ridiculous.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think this will do like as well as Ant-Man did.
Yep.
And then I like in terms of money it makes. But then I think next time around it will do it will become beloved the way that Paul Rudd's Ant-Man did.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then it'll become like a bigger thing. And because not every movie has to makes $1 billion or whatever. Like
True.
You gotta make these.
Yeah.
I was gonna say small. It's not
and
small.
this is a new concept for Marvel.
Yes.
It's magic. It's not Thor magic, which is just technology.
That's right.
And Thor. We had Masters of the Universe in the 80s, so people are capable of accepting.
People
that.
were ready.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
ready. But this is a whole new thing.
That's right.
How do you think they're gonna? We still don't know what the rules of magic are.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on in that trailer.
Right.
Like it's Inception's buildings folding in on itself and mirror worlds and
Is it
appearing.
parallel dimensions? What's going on?
I
there?
wonder whether I don't know because
that's not really Doctor Strange's
no,
thing.
maybe it's like astral planes. He's kind of going in
Maybe,
and out
yeah.
of. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that's good. It's building the mystery.
Exactly.
Joss Whedon was on a panel during Comic-Con.
I bet he thinks he's pretty bloody good, doesn't he? Up on his panel,
Yes.
probably.
But
does.
a friend of mine asked him a question which became like an article on Vulture.
Where's your fedora?
Yeah, that's right. Where's your little hat? Come on, mate. You need it, but don't.
Sorry, go
Oh,
on.
and it was basically it became sort of he wants to build back people going to the movies not knowing anything about the movies they're going to.
That would be lovely.
It would be lovely, exactly. But and the bigger question was like, well, I don't really have an answer to this, but how do we get people? How do we just put stuff out there?
And get people to go
Yes.
on because you need something intriguing
Yep.
that because a lot of time I'll see a trailer and I'm like, well, not a lot of time, but then I'll be like, I don't know what that is and I don't care.
Yeah, because it's a really, really fine line because there's so much marketing being thrown out for every single picture at this point.
Yeah.
That if you just go, hey, here's a 30-second trailer and that's all you're going to get, people will be like, well, actually, I'm not going to see that.
Yeah, that's right.
But then to bust through the noise, you need to do interviews with the cast and you need to do trailers and teasers and you need behind-the-scenes featurettes and release all the characters on individual posters and all this sort of stuff, which kind of takes some of the fun out of it.
Absolutely. So I think a good example of a trailer doing that is the Skull Island.
Yeah.
Where it's like, looks like a very intriguing world. We don't see anything, but this looks very exciting. Another good example of that is the Guy Ritchie one, because is it magic? Where do you get that sword? Was it cold or hot?
Was it cold or hot? Was it a climate thing that changed it?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it's easier to do that when you're doing it with a property that people don't know,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah. Also, because
Or a property that people know really well.
Yes.
And they'll go regardless. They could have just said Star Wars.
yeah,
See it if you want. What, are you not going to see it?
that's true. You're right. Some properties can afford to do that. Yeah. Cloverfield Lane, actually, that's a good one. Good example of that.
Yeah.
Okay, but like Suicide Squad, for example, they had another trailer for that, and they released like 8 clips over the weekend.
Yeah.
And they're only like 30
like
seconds.
introducing all the characters.
Yeah. We could probably talk about that now. Let's do all the... Oh, no, we've got one more thing.
Okay, what's
before we
that?
get to Suicide Squad. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel.
She's Captain Marvel, yeah, great.
That is spectacular casting.
Now, I saw a photo of her as Captain Marvel. Is that real or is that fan Photoshop?
I think it's probably fan
Fan
Photoshop.
Photoshop,
Yeah.
okay, cool. All right.
She's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's great in 21 Jump Street. She's great in Room. Not The Room. Should have to specify.
She would be great in The Room, though. I feel.
She'd be the best one by
Yeah.
a country mile, Mason.
Yeah.
No, that's great casting.
Yeah.
You get a real actor, mate. Not some one who's not good at acting.
Yeah.
In your face, Jack Black.
Wow.
Nah, he's all right. He's all right. I love the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're really good. Yeah, no, so we're getting that in like 2018 or something.
sure.
So it's a while away, but this is how you build hype, mate. Well, we got to talk about who had the better panel after we talk about all the DC stuff.
Okay.
Let's talk about the DC stuff.
Let's talk about DC stuff.
We'll start with Suicide Squad.
Yep.
So from the clips that I watched
Yes.
and the trailer, it looks very jokey.
Yeah.
And not in the over the top, this doesn't work way.
Uh-huh.
But you see the bit where Deadshot's going to assassinate a dude and he's like, send me the money now or whatever.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
No.
it's cool.
Okay, great.
You know what? I would recommend people do not watch it. It's out next week.
Yeah,
Skip
not
it.
like,
Just
so
skip
great.
it. It doesn't really spoil anything, but you don't need to
It's
say
more
it.
footage.
It's more footage. Exactly.
footage.
Yeah.
We don't need any more footage.
No. And to be fair, it's only like it's 30 seconds here, it's a minute there, but there's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
You know, and it adds up.
Yeah.
But
That's
honestly,
That's 8 pages of script.
that's
there.
right. And honestly, I think this movie's going to make $1 billion easy.
Right.
And the reason is because I speak to people ask me about movies often because they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"You're a movie man," and I'm like, "Somewhat." I don't know who the villain is in Doctor Strange, but go on.
Yes.
And everyone says, "When's Suicide Squad coming out? Like, what's the deal with that? That looks amazing." No one's like, "What's Justice League or whatever?" People are really keen on Suicide Squad.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a combination of Will Smith,
the Joker.
Harley Quinn, and the Joker. I
Yep.
think that's what it is. And it looks great.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. And also, we don't know what the plot is 100% yet.
No. Is it Enchantress? Is it not the villain? Who is the villain? We'll find out on the day.
Why does Common sneak into so many movies? He's good, but just tell us you're in a movie, mate.
Forewarning, please.
Stop sneaking.
You loved him in that Terminator 1 he was in.
Did I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has he snuck into?
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
He's so sneaky,
Yeah,
isn't
I
he?
know, right? Sneaks in and out.
Anyway, Suicide Squad is next week. Got to cover it next week.
Great.
Well, not next week, sorry, week after. Next week's Born, actually. Actually, Matt Damon saying it, I've seen in the press, he's like a superhero, but he's like a real person also.
No, wrong.
That's how you get the kids in.
That's a bad definition of superhero.
You don't say espionage.
Yes, that's right.
That doesn't get the kids in.
Yeah.
Bourne will do well.
Yeah,
Jason
sure,
Bourne will do well.
sure.
Yeah, but it won't. Yeah, but it won't make like
No.
Avengers, Batman, Superman money. Or
I hope there's a scene where it's him on the street. There's some public transport milling about, and there's the girl. Julia Stiles is there.
Yeah.
She's like, "I've got information for you," and he's like, "I don't need any more information." She's like, "But it's new information." He's like, "Okay, we gotta go," and then he disappears behind a train or whatever. Hope that's in there.
Me too.
And if it isn't, I'm just going to bring a little DVD player and every other copy of every other Bourne movie and just flip it open and just
watch those
just switch to
scenes.
that. Yeah,
Good stuff. Lego Batman.
looked pretty fun.
Funny as hell, man.
Yeah, okay.
Looks great.
Is this the first appearance of a Robin in the Lego Batman movies?
I don't remember it from the last trailers.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Oh, I meant because I haven't seen the Lego movie.
Oh,
There's no Robin in the Lego movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I might be wrong. That's also a great funny. Yeah, you should say it. It's
All right,
really
I'll see
good.
it.
It's got bloody Star Wars. It's got like Ninja Turtles and shit. It's got
Yeah, nice.
Gandalf.
Mhm.
It's cray, Mason.
Whoa. Whoa.
But yeah,
I'll just check to see if it's on Stan.
please do,
Yeah.
Stan. You and your bloody Stan. It's just gag after gag after gag. Like
Uh-huh.
it doesn't. It's not like 30 seconds and there's a joke. It's just
Right.
it doesn't stop. It's like unrelenting.
Uh-huh.
And I'm hoping. I can't imagine that that's every joke in the movie. Like that's all the funny bits.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
Will Arnett's Batman was one of the
Oh,
best
Lego
parts.
movie. Look, it's on Stan.
There you go. You can bloody stand it up.
Yeah. It's also a Louis Theroux documentary came up when I said Lego.
Which
Oh,
one?
because it's Law and Disorder in Lagos.
What's that one?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
He's good though.
It's not about Lego. I want to watch his Scientology movie.
All right, watch it then.
It's coming up. It's not out yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, don't watch it yet then.
Okay. I'll hold off.
Great.
Yeah, Lego Batman looks great. Nothing else to say.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's all Easter eggs all the time as well.
It looks that way, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
First trailer.
Look up pretty good.
We've seen some footage.
Yeah, with a sin of the footage.
But prior to this, I mean, we've been had that DC. This is the future of DC, whatever, hosted by Kevin Smith.
Oh, that's right,
whatever.
yeah. Uh-huh.
We saw a little bit of it.
Yep.
But this gives us a better idea of the world. Not so much the story. It's like it's
Yeah.
World War One, but it's not. You don't get any idea who the real villain is. It's rumored to be Ares, and I think it might be Ares posing as a general.
Okay, sure, that would make sense. Yeah.
And it's that dude. It's the dad from 30 Days of Night.
Yep, sure.
I can't remember his name.
It's Stryker.
Yeah,
Stryker in
Stryker.
some of the X-Men
Some
movies.
the bad ones, generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also seems really like it opens with a joke.
Yes. Mhm.
But it looks beautiful, right? Like
Yeah.
it looks amazing. Like just it opens up in like the Greek islands, and you see, they're on the shore or whatever, and
Yeah, yeah.
it looks pretty bloody spectacular. And it's Chris Pine
Kirking about.
kirking about, wakes up and he's got he's wearing a German bloody uniform. I did my trailer breakdown, Mason.
Oh, yes.
You can get into it if you want. But he's wearing a German pilot's uniform, so. You see him kind of later, like he hijacks a plane and,
Oh, okay,
and that's
right,
how
well,
he
that
kind of
make
ends
a
up
lot of
there or
sense.
whatever. But yeah, it looks quite funny, and I think the jokes, I feel like they work.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping doesn't lean kind of too jokey. People have been accusing the DC universe of this and the Justice League trailer of kind of going too jokey.
I don't think. Yeah.
I don't think this one does
Yeah.
it as much as
But I also feel, and we've talked about this a lot
sure.
for the last few months and years and what have you. I feel that superhero movies are inherently a little bit silly. And I know it's blowing minds out there.
Ring a ding ding. I predict a lot of tweets coming your way.
But I feel that you have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, of course.
To,
I agree.
Like,
And there's degrees which you can acknowledge it,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
Like you can
but-
go Batman 97, Batman and Robin, or you
yeah,
can kind of
that's
go.
right.
whatever.
Like Bruce Wayne wants to clean up Gotham City.
Yeah.
He doesn't use his billions of dollars to start to, do education programs
No.
and social programs and rehabilitation for criminals. He's decided to use all his billions of dollars to put on a rubber suit with a cape and stand on rooftops and wait for crime to happen.
And he makes that giant car Lazy Susan.
Yeah, exactly,
He's-
right? He's
his
decided
cave.
he's decided this is the best use of his money, and it obviously isn't. It's silly, but just you have to buy into it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if there's not that, and again, this is for me. That's why Batman Superman didn't really work.
Yeah.
because
It's inherently silly.
yeah, like if the Marvel movies work better, and because something dumb will happen in them, and you go, we're just having fun. We're just make
Right,
believe and we're having fun.
And you can have your more serious moments as well,
yeah,
obviously.
but in Batman v Superman, it's kind of like you have to take this seriously, and I'm like, well, do I?
Well, that being said, like Marvel doesn't always, that formula doesn't always work.
Yes, that's
I feel
true.
like by the time like Civil War rolled around, they kind of nailed it. But
Yeah.
there's like Thor, Ragnarok, and Iron Man 2
A lot of people
and
are
3,
against
where it's
those
just
ones. Yeah, I understand,
Not
yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, Thor the second one, whatever
Yeah,
that one's called,
Dark World, yeah.
You know, the jokes don't always kind
It's
of
very
work.
light, that one.
Yeah.
For a movie where the whole world is at stake,
Yeah,
it's very light on.
absolutely. But Yeah, but that's something that they've slowly kind of perfected. So
Yeah.
maybe we just need to be a bit more patient.
Yeah, totally.
With DC. The action in the Wonder Woman trailer looks super cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She looks to be like a reasonably powered Wonder Woman.
Uh-huh.
Like she's using her shield and that's to like, to protect herself and whatever.
Right.
Some versions she's
But that's her equivalent of the Luke Cage car door, though, I think.
right. Yeah, but no,
Maybe
but
they sting a bit.
but most versions of her, she can be like, you can cut her with a blade.
Yeah.
Or a bullet can can graze her.
Yeah.
So she still kind of she can't get hit in the head
Right,
too
right.
much or whatever. So I appreciate that. And I think that makes her more interesting
Yeah.
if she's in some danger, she's not just wrecking shop.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That being said, they made Luke Cage interesting.
Yeah.
He can do that.
They got some good lasso action in there.
Yeah, man.
The golden lassos in
I
there,
like
which
that.
is
It's
great.
not just kind of loop a guy and make him tell a thing. Like she's bloody zipping around with it.
I like if you've had your powers for 1,000 years,
5,000.
there you go. Well, then
Yeah.
even better. Find some creative uses for it. That's why I like Toad in the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy who's got a prehensile tongue and real sticky spit, and he's the coolest character in those movies in a lot of ways. In the first one, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's
alright.
pretty good.
He's gross.
Yeah, gross
Park.
gross can be cool, Mason.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at Johnny Depp.
And look at the garbage pail kids.
Okay, so they allude to her origin.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, I was made by Zeus.
Yep.
Her origin differs depending on what version you get.
Yes.
Originally made out of clay
Correct.
by her mother.
Yeah.
New 52 retconned it to be like, you're an idiot. You were born. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just a story that we told, that your mother told you because she slept with Zeus.
Yep.
And, and just went, look at this baby, I made out of clay.
Pregnancy's gross.
Yeah, and pregnancy's gross. Johnny Depp gross.
Ugh. Ugh.
But not that gross. But yeah, I wonder which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to be like Zeus made her out of clay? Do you think they'll even explore it in this one?
I don't think they will.
Nah?
No,
She's kind of,
I think that's just a way to wave off that she's never seen a man before.
but there's something to also that differentiates her from the other Amazonians.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is she stronger? Is she a more skilled warrior?
Oh, I see. Right.
She have better hair?
She definitely has better hair,
Mm.
but I think it's probably just I don't know. Is it her more royal heritage?
Oh, it could
She's
be,
got
yeah.
more to prove.
That's
Maybe
fair
that's it.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Like they wanted to stick by the sidelines. She's like, no,
I'm making a go of it.
making a go of it.
So apparently...
Making it in the big city.
That's right.
Trying on all kinds of different outfits in front of a mirror. Being late for work. One of her shoes comes off in the snow.
That's right. So she goes into man's world
Yep.
at the request...
Or as
of-
I like to call it, the world.
Yeah, that's right. At the request of Chris Pine's Steve Trevor
Uh-huh.
to kind of intervene in World War One.
Yep.
And I wonder whether the way that he convinces
Wonder.
it, that's right.
Oh, that was deliberate. Never mind.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, great.
But if the way that he convinced her is that she maybe saw footage or a picture of Ares or whoever and been like, well, this is something I need to be involved in because the God of War is in this.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I'm against him for whatever reason.
Yeah. Maybe she just went through some sort of World War One Rolodex and just found it in a document.
Sure.
Oh, it's Ares. All right. That's some handy exposition. I'll just pop that there. I'll get a photo stat of that.
Very good.
They didn't have
Mason.
that.
Didn't they?
Nah.
Well, you know your photo stats.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you.
I was going to say something else. I can't remember.
World War One.
World War I.
Ares. Great hair.
She does have great hair. I don't know. It might come back to me.
When did they invent souvlaki? The
That's
Greeks.
a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they did, Mason. So much food is cultural appropriation.
It's all just a real big remix. You know what I mean?
It's good, though. People should share shit. I know when people are like, this is our cultures or whatever. I'm sure there's specific things, but just share your shit, man. We share Vegemite.
Well, it's more a biological attack than it is a cultural sharing
All right. What else?
of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's it, I think.
Okay.
Good costumes.
God.
They look great.
God damn, you know what? I'll listen back when I'm going
Just add
to
it in.
clear
It's
up.
fine.
Yeah. and
Like,
I'll-
oh, it's Mr. Sono Movies here. We forgot to mention
this is the important thing.
the horses looked good.
They did look good, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Her weapons are different also than Batman, Superman, her sword and shield.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Is she attempting to assassinate somebody?
potentially, yeah.
Because she's wearing the sort of the green evening dress and she's got a sword.
It's blue.
Is it?
And then Lady you see her on the horse and she throws the dress
It's
down.
white and gold.
Topical, very
memes,
good.
memes.
Anyway, we'll come back to
But
it.
she's maybe she's gone to man's world. She's like, it seems to me that it's maybe she's like, this is her first outing in man's world, and
Yeah.
she's just like, I'll just assassinate him.
Yeah.
That'll solve everything.
I'm sure she does have a singular goal because I keep on going to say Chris Pratt. Chris Pine's like tries to stop her and she's like, I'm just going to do whatever because
Right.
I'm 40 times stronger than you
Yeah.
or whatever. Pretty good. Justice League, Mason.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd get this trailer.
No, but
we
here it
did
is.
get this trailer.
Because it was like people at the Comic-Con got some footage and we've leaked the footage, but it's the real deal, man.
Well, if you remember last year, they released the Suicide Squad trailer. That's been a year.
Yeah, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is going to be even longer because this comes out in November of next year. But that being said, at least we've got Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman in between.
Yep.
So that's cool.
That's true.
Uh,
They're finally
yeah.
getting their skates on.
That's happening. So obviously this has we heard about the lighter tone, but this
Yeah.
is very evident. People are saying that the Batman character is very kind of Tony Stark-esque.
Yep, that's true, probably.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, it's got its own flavour, but I see where
Yeah.
you're going. Yeah, but I mean, you always need an archetype of somebody bringing a team together, and that's what we got here.
But-
Can we talk about this character sheet here?
Okay, sure.
It's the whole team together. There's the new Flash costume. Looks great.
I like it. A lot of
Looks
people don't
great.
like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it a
really
lot.
like it, yeah.
He's got a weird shaped head, but other than that, it looks good. It looks high tech. Looks like the TV version with a much bigger budget.
Right.
Which is nice.
I know a lot of people are attached to the TV version of Barry Allen, but I thought for me, he worked in this trailer.
Yeah.
I thought.
Looks very Injustice.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
The kind of
Yep.
plating or whatever.
Superman's
you wanna
back. He's got a regular haircut. That's very disappointing for
call it. I
us.
think that's a trick.
Yeah. Oh, you think they're gonna? You think they've edited it out for the trailers?
I think
and
they've
stuff?
just taken an old picture of him. But you know what? The
Yeah.
most interesting thing about him is he's smiling.
Yeah, he is. It's not a big smile, but it's.
But it's a start.
Yeah, that's right.
Next time, show some teeth, mate.
That's right. Cyborg looks pretty good.
A lot of people don't like that one either.
Okay.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like how polygony it is.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go with like the big 80s bulky kind of cannon arm and
Yeah.
it's enormous and
we
weird.
get in the trailer. We get some of Vic Stone as a normal
Prior,
human.
yeah.
What do you think that is? Do you think it's him prior to this, or do you think he can convert?
Holograms.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it could-
convert back to regular human.
well, he's at university. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
'Cause he's wearing his university jacket.
You know what I think it's time for?
What?
Ring a ding ding. We should predict a thing. That thing being Cyborg. I'm
I'm going to say...
gonna say it's pre-accident.
All right, well, I'll say
I'm
the
gonna
other
say,
one
I'm gonna
then.
say it's flashback pre-accident because why would he still be going to university?
Yeah, I
after
guess
he's
you're
been
right.
converted to a cyborg.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Okay.
say the other thing because I have to, I guess.
Okay, great.
You got it first.
One of us is gonna. Oh, this is gonna be so sweet in over a year's time when we finally find out what the answer is. It's gonna be great. There's Wonder Woman. Look at them gams. Great, love it.
Very colourful.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Batman costumes looking good.
Bit darker.
Yep.
Which is
It's all
okay.
Black on black.
Yeah.
Here's the one I wanted to get to though. Aquaman. He's got a shirt on.
Does he?
What were they thinking? Look.
Hang on. Are you sure it's not some kind of chainmail?
No, but I mean, he's not shirtless, is what I mean.
Oh!
Why is he not? It's this guy. It's Jason Momoa.
No.
What's he? It's Aquaman. What's he doing? What are they? What are they?
Aquaman wears a shirt sometimes.
Well, most of the time. But Jason Momoa doesn't wear a shirt most of the time.
That's true,
They
he
must have had to
doesn't.
fight him to get the shirt on him. And they're like, okay, time to go to wardrobe. And he's like, what? Wardrobe? And he just makes him run for the door and they tase him. They put a shirt on him. He's like, I'm not happy about this. Have to wear a shirt.
I'm a cool dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
What about the design, though, of the costume?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
You okay with it?
Yeah, looks pretty good. Ocean depths. It's got hints of like Aquaman orange, but he's not actually orange.
No.
It's nice. He's got a quindent.
Yeah, he's got his 5-pointer trident.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't know
That's
about
back.
that.
Well, he had it last time.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about him as well?
What's that?
And I should have put this in my breakdown, but I didn't. His pupils are really small. And I think that's because when he's underwater, he can see underwater, so they'd open wide,
Right.
so he can see.
But now he's on the surface world.
Yeah,
It's
so
like none of this.
Too much light, mate.
Yeah. But also, interesting part about this poster, I think, is Wonder Woman center stage.
Right, okay.
mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's...
I reckon
she's
they're
the
like,
next
this
movie
is
coming.
gonna like. I reckon they're like, this is
I didn't even pick up on that.
Wonder
yeah.
Woman's. I think they're like, Wonder Woman's gonna be the breakout character of this.
Right.
You know, the solo movie in this. So
You don't think Batman could be the breakout character?
maybe in the Batman movie?
Sure.
Yeah.
Batman looks pretty big, doesn't he?
That's true, yeah. Where's his gauntlet blades?
Gone. Maybe they're retractable.
Hopefully. Maybe he's already flung him at somebody.
Yeah, right in the face.
Yeah.
This to me though, I mean, look at this promo image compared to all the Batman v Superman stuff.
Yep.
Like it's much.
There's even sunlight.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Good.
Looks good. Sorry, let's talk about the trailer.
Let's talk about the trailer then.
The footage.
Did the jokes work for you, Mason?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Me too.
It's an interesting take though on Barry Allen, I guess, where he's like, I need friends.
Well, the thing about him is because he'd be so bored and kind of hard to get to know.
Yeah.
Because his brain's just constantly going.
Uh-huh.
He's pinging all over the place. And isn't it in the Speed Force, you can't communicate with him unless you're in the Speed Force? So he probably spends a lot of time in there.
Oh, that's probably true, yeah.
So he's just like,
Yeah,
hate
maybe, yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
I'll hang out with this 45-year-old man.
That's right. I do like the classic, I'm a big fan of, I'm just a regular guy, what are you talking about? And then you throw something at him and then they activate their powers. I always think that's fun.
I thought it was really interesting, how he stepped, like, Barry Allen in The Flash, and maybe they've changed it for season 2, I haven't seen all of it. He just steps into the Speed Force.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Like Barry Allen in the show. Well, he can kind of, he kind of has to work up to it. Maybe he's not entirely in the Speed Force. Maybe he's not in this, but the ease in which he does that.
Yeah.
I found that was really interesting. He's clearly had these powers for a while.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's kind of the Spider-Man of this.
Yes. That is, people can make that comparison
totally,
as well,
yeah.
People also have a problem with the color of the lightning.
Because it's blue, not yellow.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is more...
No, but it's because it's gritty and real, man. You ever seen Yellow Lightning? I mean, probably.
I don't know.
It depends on the...
Couldn't tell you.
Depends on the angle.
Yeah.
Time of day.
That's not really a make or break.
No, it's not a deal breaker, really.
Deal breaker. That's the better way to say that. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Cyborg though,
Yes.
that's all mocap. I like he's got this kind of gaping red kind of
Yeah, right?
like it's a lot of time it's just normally there's like a circle or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like this kind of gash that's kind of filled in with all sorts of bloody apocalypse.
I'm looking forward to... See, that's the thing, like, if people are upset about this Polygon-esque look,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm excited to see what...
I remember the one thing I was going to say. I'll come back to it, but keep going.
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking forward to seeing what... One thing that the previous two DC movies did well, I think, is the alien technology.
Yes.
It's always got an interesting look.
Yep.
And it's always definitively alien. And I think we're going to get a good idea. I want to... Because when you look at, say, Cyborg in the Injustice game, he's got this sort of morphing apocalyptian technology, and I think we're going to see some of that in here.
Cool.
And that's going to look real good, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I like. It seems like they're going really. They're embracing the origins, so they all come from very distinct places, and bring them, and that makes them interesting.
Yeah,
because they're bringing all these people together. Like one's a god, one's an alien, one's a weird under the sea fish man.
Yep.
One's a kid who can run fast.
Yeah.
And one's like 2/3 of a man, not even a third of a man built together by an alien box. Or whatever.
Right, yes.
Yeah. I know, I think that's really interesting. What I was going to say, there was a rumor that Wonder Woman and the Amazonians were descendants of Krypton.
Huh.
So, the scout ship crashed, or I don't know whether it was that.
Okay,
and
interesting.
Then I don't think that's as interesting than being like, there are literal Greek gods.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
if I don't think they will do that. I
I guess they could tie in with that. I guess you could tie in with that empty pod
Exactly,
in Man of Steel.
yeah. I'm not saying
because we still don't know who came out of that.
Yeah, look, that's right. Look, anything could work. Actually, it was Supergirl or something. It was his cousin. It was in a
Oh right.
comic. I don't know. I
But
haven't
was
read
it? But if it's not in the movie,
Doesn't matter.
It ain't
Doesn't
canon.
matter.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
It was
Yeah.
probably in a cereal box or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that couldn't work, but I just think it's more interesting that she's not that.
Yes.
Yeah, personally.
You were going to say a Wonder Woman thing. Oh, the Krypton thing.
I said it already,
You literally
Mason.
said it. All right.
God, son of a bitch, damn it.
Yeah.
So he's trying to assemble the Seven, presumably.
Yes.
Does that even refer to the Justice League anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, because it said unite the Seven, but what does that specifically mean?
Oh, I see.
Like, we don't know that it means 7 members of the Justice League.
Okay.
And we only got 6.
That's true. Who do you think the 7th one is? We got
That was my question to you.
ring a ding ding. Let's predict a thing.
Well, we got some
This
movies
is never
coming.
going to get old.
No.
I mean, it feels like it's getting old to me right now, but I'm going to say...
We've got some movies coming, though. We've got Green Lantern Corps.
Yep.
And we've got Shazam.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of those.
Probably one of those guys, yeah.
Or maybe they'll, throw us a curveball.
Yeah.
A curveball, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's it's like a Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Which I would love. But then
Me
would they go,
too.
another alien though?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Surprise, I've been here for years. I'm
Yeah.
from Mars.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not... That's the thing, like, maybe these guys aren't the 7. Like,
Right.
maybe these guys aren't 6 of the 7. Maybe a couple leave. Maybe Aquaman's
Okay.
out.
Right.
Because, I mean, he's a guy who's only ever half in the Justice League anyway.
Yeah, he hates it.
He might be like, well, I'm doing this and then I'm out of here, so they've got to find 2 more.
Right, okay,
Then
fair
it's
enough.
Green Lantern and it's...
Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Okay,
might be
that's,
Shazam.
that's pretty good, Mason. You've predicted a thing,
Yeah.
haven't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, and I guess Superman's not even... He won't be in it till like halfway, apparently.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to replace him before he comes back.
Yeah. Maybe the 7 doesn't include him.
Okay.
Maybe Batman's got to unite the 7. Maybe Batman doesn't count either.
Because he's no good?
Because he's got to unite the 7.
Oh, and then he's going to step back and go, my job here is done.
No, but I'm just saying he's got to unite 7 and then he's 8.
Maybe it refers to like something else, like mother boxes or artifacts or something.
maybe, yeah. Mhm.
Or oceans.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe Samurai.
Maybe
Magnificent.
Samurai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we had that trailer. What'd you think? I
Good.
completely forgot.
What, do we have a new one?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Looked good.
Okay.
We'll talk about it another time.
Great.
Is that everything?
I think so.
Look, man, I know me and you were kind of down on Batman, Superman.
Yep.
Very kind of average in a lot of ways. A lot of stuff that really worked, though.
Now it's time to stop talking about it. We promise we'll stop talking about it forever.
What I'm saying is, I'm optimistic about this.
Me too.
Look, more so Wonder Woman because Zack Snyder's not doing it.
Right.
But I think genuinely both of these could be really great.
Yeah. I think that someone in DC is going, and I think it's Jeff Johns,
Yeah.
is going to be on set every day of Justice League going, no,
Yeah.
don't do that, do another thing.
Is that Momoa trying to get out of his shirt
That's
again?
right, yeah. Yeah.
Get the taser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Mm.
And I think that's what you have to do. Apparently, Zack Snyder kind of had free reign on Batman Superman, which is very evident in the kind of some of the law that he's... I don't want to bang it. We talked about this.
Yeah.
But
We thought we'd be over it. We started this podcast and they just announced it. And we thought by now we'd have stopped talking about it forever. But we're still... it's our curse.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they will be great, but I'm saying there's a very good chance that it looks good to me.
Yeah.
I hope it is
I think it will be.
good. Ring a ding ding, mate.
And I think if it isn't, DC, get out of the movie business. You've had plenty of chances. Just give up.
What about if we just get solo Batman movies, Wonder Woman movies, no Justice League movies?
I don't have the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just find it interesting that it was going to be part 1 and 2, and then they went, we'll just do 1 and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll boot
Yeah.
Snyder. And
Also, speaking of what happened, I was going to say White Stripes, Icky Thump as the
right, yeah,
as
yeah.
the music. Maybe again, that's why I'm jazzed about it
Okay.
because they just throw in a nice
The music
throw in a
takes your
nice
breath away,
tune.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something for you to say, Mason.
Okay.
Not a prediction, but a statement of fact that you believe in your heart.
Oh.
Who had the better panel, Marvel or DC?
Oh.
Now, that's hard because apparently a lot of the footage Marvel's shown... Well, you can...
We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to answer first and then I'll answer
I want
first.
to say DC had the better panel.
Right. See,
Yeah.
I agree with you from what we saw perspective,
Right, uh-huh.
but I'd imagine if I was there and I saw just Marvel movie after Marvel movie and concept art and whatever.
But how much footage were you getting? We're not.
There was
getting,
quite a bit.
We didn't get any. Obviously we couldn't get like Captain Marvel footage.
No.
We couldn't get.
But I'm not just taking into account footage. I mean, that Brie Larson announcement.
Yep.
That's a big deal, man. Like that to me, that's
Off the
great
scale
casting.
woos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of footage,
Yep.
obviously that we saw, like from us being on the other side of the world, seeing what's released.
Yep.
DC, flat out,
Yep.
of course. But I couldn't definitively say whether it was a better panel.
Also, I'd have had to definitively say
Yes,
something,
that's right.
and you've decided to not definitively. Son of a bitch! Wow, I should have seen that coming. Should have. Oh, I should have turned it back on you. I should have been like, which one do you think was better?
Yeah. No, I would say, well, look, for me, DC, because I saw more of it.
Yeah, but I think, if we'd seen that Guardians of the Galaxy footage,
Yeah.
I think that would have been great. But at the same time, we know it's going to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, you know,
Fair enough.
fine. I feel this has redeemed DC a lot in my eyes.
Good.
And I'm sure that I said Batman v Superman looked real great.
Well, it did,
Yeah,
man.
that's right. I think they've doing
Until they,
good.
you know what? You know what's the point?
I liked all that footage. I like the bit where he's like, he's more or less in. Aquaman's more or less in.
Oh, right,
What do you
yeah.
mean more or less? And he's like, he said no.
Yeah, it's
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the. You know what? I like a Batman.
You love Batman, Wonder Woman.
I like
don't
a
ya?
Batman Wonder Woman interaction.
Do you want to see that relationship develop?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Screw all this Superman Wonder Woman garbage.
Yeah, that's right.
Get
He's got
what-
Lois Lane.
He's got enough
Lois
women.
Lane.
He's
It's
got
the perfect,
one.
It's the perfect comic book relationship.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Actually, the new Superman comics, I'm enjoying it. He's got a son that's old Superman. He's back.
Nice.
He's got a kid and stuff. He
Yeah.
lives in the. He's got his
How are they going to erase that kid in 5 years when they reboot?
punch to the head.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Because the Superman, like the DC universe, has been leading towards there being a Superman 2. Like not the movie, but like a second, like the son of Superman.
Right.
Being, you know, and regular Superman flies off into space or whatever. And there's the second Superman. They've been leading towards that for like 40 years.
Sometimes
50 years.
they'll jump like ahead of time.
Yeah,
Like
and
they'll
he's
jump
there.
like 100 years in the future.
But
whatever,
they never. It's always just there, and it's never. They can't. They can never change the Superman status quo.
Right.
The public, the editor in chief who does that, bold move if they ever
Alright
do
then.
that. Yeah.
Marvel seem to do it all the time. They'll swap out a character or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Replacing Superman's a big deal. I would like to see that because I like Dick Grayson Batman.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. And then they retconned all that and,
Yeah.
and whatever. Have you read what's that? It's a graphic novel. It's by Greg. What's his name? The dude who did the
Greg
New
Capullo?
52 run. No, the other guy, Scott Snyder.
Oh yes.
It's really great. Yeah, I recommend that. Everybody
Nice.
get on it. I can't
Okay.
remember what it's called. Dick Grayson Batman graphic novel. Mason, another segment.
Okay, different segment.
Let's do it now.
Okay, have we done all the work from the previous segments? Did we do all the segments?
I think we did.
Okay, great.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Mason, what are you going to read or have read or will read or did read or won't read?
Is this a very subtle lead up to our famous segment? What we read and what we
We're
don't
already
read?
in it. I put
Oh,
the theme song
you've already put it in.
in.
Oh,
I
now I
didn't
look like a
announce
real
it.
idiot. You know what? BoJack Horseman's back.
Yes.
Season 3.
I've seen 4.
It's real good.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that show.
That underwater episode, did you see it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Incredibly frustrating.
Right. Yeah, frustrating. And it's also, like, it's part just sad
Yeah.
exploration of this silent exploration of a man's sad life. But it's also like
A standy-uppy horseman.
yeah, but it's also like that episode is also like an old Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yes, it
where
is.
some character has to look after a little baby that's constantly
Yeah.
going through a dangerous world kind of
I
thing.
hated and loved that episode.
Me too,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a real good show. It's real.
Mate, it's great. It's
BoJack
fantastic.
is he's released Secretariat.
Yes.
He played the title role, and now he's sort of
He's on the awards.
he's on the awards
Blitz.
tour. He's on the publicity tour kind
Yeah.
of thing, and it's he's just dealing with that. It's real
Good
good.
stuff.
I haven't watched the whole series yet, but it's real good. I'm a big fan of BoJack.
Me too. 13 episodes, maybe? I hope so. We'll find out
Yep.
on your bloody Stan or whatever you watch.
Yeah, it's
No.
Netflix
It is
exclusive.
Netflix, it is.
Yeah.
I saw The Killing Joke
Oh yeah,
on
that doesn't sound positive.
Tuesday. Look, I was going to do a review, and then when I got there, they're like, sign this thing. You can put your review out on Sunday at 3 o'clock. And I went, well, that's not happening.
Right.
Because that's bloody Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Unless I do it before, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my review, Mason.
Okay, here we go.
The first 30 minutes
Yep.
is not The Killing Joke. It's a Batgirl story. Spoiler alert, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. You've read The Killing Joke, right? Everybody's
Yes,
read The Killing.
yeah.
If you haven't, skip ahead.
Or down. It's probably like $2 on Comixology
Yeah,
right
get
now.
it.
Because they'll be like, it's a
It's
killing
good.
killing joke special. Comic-Con killing joke special. Everything's $1. You know they do that.
Yeah.
Get him on. Get the email. Strike all the irons hot. Everything's $1.
Please do.
At some point, everything's $1.
That's right.
So just get in there.
It's really good too. It's
But
a great
I guess
read.
the killing joke is like 48 pages. Like it's
Yes.
not huge. So it's a 90-minute movie.
Something like that, yeah.
Right, so there's
maybe
not-
less.
Yeah. So there's really not enough in that to make a full feature.
No.
I guess.
I would
so
be
they had to have to rewrite some stuff.
I would
right?
be surprised if it was, and if it hit an hour and a half. The first 5 minutes was an interview with Mark Hamill where he talks about the evolution of him as the Joker and how he got the role and whatever, which was cool.
Yep.
And then it's 30 minutes of Batgirl.
Yep.
And a lot of that's really good. It kind of fleshes out the world and her character in particular. Because if you've seen or read The Killing Joke,
Yeah.
you've not really read any Batman, you'd have no real idea who she is or how she plays into the story.
Because she's not Batgirl in The Killing Joke.
Or maybe she was. I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
It's not. I don't think it's mentioned at all. Actually.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, she's Barbara Gordon for the whole thing.
Because I read it afterwards, straight afterwards to see how it lines up. After that 30 minutes, it is like shot for shot. And it's just like a sprint to the end of The Killing Joke. Like they don't really pad it out. It's just The Killing Joke.
Okay.
And that's where it really works. But there's some bits in an effort to make it more adult in the 30 minutes of Batgirl stuff. There's
I heard
some
about
weird
this.
stuff, man.
Right, yeah.
Like, again, spoiler alert, she sleeps with Batman.
Yeah.
It's just... I think it genuinely was like, oh, look, there's some horrific stuff in this. There's some adult themes, you know what I mean? A woman gets, stripped naked and shot through the spine and pictures displayed, and then a man's dragged through a carnival of horrors, and Batman potentially kills the Joker at the end or whatever. So they went, well, let's make this adult. Let's put some sex in it or whatever. It just, it does not work at all.
Yeah. And that's also weird.
It is weird.
Well, it's weird because it changes from like Batman's avenging one of his friends to like, hey, this is my woman.
We banged once.
I'm coming back for my woman kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
That being said, like the stuff before is not terrible. It's that is. It's not terrible, but like she comes up against this villain who's kind of like her Joker. He's this sociopath who's obsessed with her in the way that the Joker's obsessed with Batman.
Yep.
And Batman's like, you need to step back. I know how this goes. It's weird when they get personal. Like you're not going to be able to shake this. And and it does. It gets weird.
And is this a new character?
It's a new. I believe so. I might be wrong, but I think it's like a mob boss's son or whatever. Yeah. But look, obviously the cast is great.
Yep.
Mark Hamill, like the Joker flashbacks are really good. All his lines of dialogue are great.
Yeah.
Like the fight scenes are really good. The animation's really dynamic.
Yep.
There's a lot of really good stuff in it. But in an effort to pad it out, it doesn't always work.
Right, okay.
Definitely worth a watch. Yeah.
I wonder if like your big Alan Moore like super fans. I wonder if they're going to be very upset by this.
Potentially, yeah. We'll never know.
We'll never know because they have no access to the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll never know what Alan Moore thinks because he lives in a cave.
And he'll never watch anything that's
No.
been adapted or whatever. Are you going to watch it?
Yeah, eventually.
Good.
How is it? You've said it's shot for shot.
Yeah.
The Killing Joke for most of it. How does that work, like dialogue-wise? Because my biggest problem, and I've mentioned it before with Batman Year One, is they directly translated the dialogue to screen, and I don't think that worked.
Right, sure.
Because it's stuff you can read, but you can't say.
Yeah. No, I think Alan Moore is better at writing dialogue than
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
he's
true.
He's a better writer.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah.
I mean, it's subjective.
Yeah.
Subjective.
It's
my objective to be subjective.
Whoa.
There we go.
Put that on your bloody tombstone.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the better ones. I mean, it's a Killing Joke.
Yeah, sure.
Of course it's going to be. And it's also left ambiguous at the end. Like, does Batman strangle the Joker?
Sure, yeah.
Spoiler alert, he might.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Right, okay. But one thing I was going to say is, how does that last joke play?
Good.
Okay, because,
I'll tell you this.
I've never heard that said out loud.
Right.
Like
no, the joke is
Killing
fantastic.
Joke,
like,
as it were.
Mark Hamill, he bloody knocks it out of the
Yeah,
park.
I know,
And
right?
so does
It's
Kevin
great.
Conroy.
Yeah.
But you really...
It is Kevin Conroy?
It is Kevin Conroy.
Okay,
There's some... The way that they do the Joker, he's more human than he's kind of ever been before.
Yep.
Not only in exploring his past, but there's a moment where Batman's like... Where he beats the Joker and the Joker's like, go on, just beat the crap out of me. And Batman's like, I don't want to beat you up.
Yeah.
He's like, let me help you. And the Joker's like...
Yeah.
I can't. Like,
Yeah.
it's too far. And there's that moment, and it's
Yep.
great. So there's some really good stuff in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is it time for, Mason?
I don't know. Maybe it's time for letters. Wi-Fi's loading.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
Oh, nails it every time. Hey, just before we get into the letters proper, last week we talked about Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And I said that I enjoyed the new Ghostbusters remake, and I thought, well, maybe if they don't get another sequel, like maybe instead, like because I like all the characters, all the actors working together.
Yeah.
Like maybe they could just take the those actors and just put them into other like male-fronted franchises.
Just to
and
annoy
And just
people.
ruin those continuously. Like, I think that would be... I'd really, really enjoy that. And I put that out and people tweet out Sexy Matt on Twitter at wizard_Matt. He suggested Wig, McCarthy, McKinnon, and Jones in the Three Amigos. So not the Four Amigos. They're just referred to as the Three Amigos the whole time. Like, it's never addressed that there's four of them. I would enjoy that a lot. Hang on, what do we got here? Couple of others. Bo ellipsis, Bo_Angel07 suggested Three Men and a Baby. So just
Who's the baby?
who's to say? Who knows? Who knows? I think that'd be really good. Yeah. Anyway, good times.
stuff.
Yeah.
So they reckon that that's going to get a sequel.
Oh, good.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's so like
Mate.
why? Is it good enough for a sequel? I mean, we get a lot of sequels.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it is.
I think it is. I think it's definitely good enough for a sequel.
Yeah, okay.
I had a good time at that film.
I had a time.
You had a time
It's
at that film.
fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mason, this is from Boris.
Oh, also Magnificent Seven. Somebody said Magnificent Seven. That would be good. Just the four of them. It's fine.
Boris Sheesmore.
Oh, yes.
Sorry if I said that wrong. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. If you shoot us a tweet at Wikipedia Brown or at Mr. Sunday Movies, or just put it out in the ether without putting us in there, we go through them, don't we?
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod.
What is your favourite Kurt Russell movie?
Big
Trouble in Little Chinatown, or Little China all the way for me, he says. So you and Boris are kindred
Yeah,
spirits.
it's definitely Big Trouble
Why
in
don't
Little
you
China.
make a
Yours would be
baby?
The Thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is The Thing, yeah.
How did you know?
I know.
Because it's a spectacular movie.
Yeah.
And he's really good in it.
That is very good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Bloody hell, I love
Even
that
the
movie.
prequel's pretty good.
I agree. Too much CGI.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really exciting.
I like Big Trouble in Little China because it is very ridiculous and he's a guy who's got a big mouth and not a lot to back it up. But he's got some good reflexes and that's all you need because it's all in the reflexes. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out.
I haven't seen it.
And for also, I think I've mentioned this show before, there is a Big Trouble in Little China comic book that
Yes.
came out a while back. It's done by
Alan Moore.
no, what's his face who directed the movie?
Alan Moore.
No, name
I've
escapes
no idea.
me. But the dialogue is like it's like
Josh Hartnett.
it's like watching the movie again. Like
Oh,
like it's all
okay.
dead on. It's great.
That's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
When that lines up.
yeah.
Good stuff. Do you have any other favourite movies of his?
Kurt Russell,
I wouldn't say
John
that-
Carpenter. John Carpenter's written some of the dialogue in that.
Okay, cool.
Let me. I'm just gonna look at
the
Kurt.
Escape series are... They're not good.
They're pretty good, yeah, okay, yeah.
But they're fun-ish. What about Soldier?
Oh, the one set in the Blade Runner universe.
Yeah.
No.
What about the one where he's in...
What about Death Proof?
Hate it.
Yeah, you hate it. I know. What about 3,000 Miles to Graceland?
I've heard that's good.
Look, I saw it when it came out in 2001.
Right.
So I enjoyed it at the time, but the person I went with fell asleep in it.
Who was that?
Brian? You know Brian?
Fuck him.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah. Executive decision.
That's a good one.
Yep. Tombstone. We're going back.
Tombstone is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Have you seen
have you-
Tombstone
yeah, Have
lately?
you changed your mind? I haven't seen it lately.
God, it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
Wow, that's a bigger reaction than you gave to the thing.
That,
So maybe
well, I forgot about Tombstone.
Okay.
It's really good.
Tango and Cash.
Kind of shit, but
Yeah,
it's kind of
no,
great.
right, exactly,
It's still
right?
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay, great. Captain Ron.
Don't know what that is.
No, I can't remember it either.
He's even good in Sky High, man.
That's right, yeah. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, he is good. One of the Fast and Furious movies. He wears night vision sunglasses.
Yeah,
and
he
there's a
does. He's looking very
gunfight.
frail in that. The Fox and the Hound.
What?
He's in that apparently.
The cartoon?
Yes.
Do you know the last thing Walt Disney ever wrote was Kurt Russell's name?
Wow.
That is true.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
In what context?
Nobody knows. Seriously, nobody knows.
Was it like a letter?
No, it just said on his desk, on a bit of paper, it said Kurt Russell.
Wow. So that could have been book him for everything or never hire this man.
That's right.
Wow. That is pretty amazing.
What else you got there on his list?
He was in Love American Style.
Don't know it.
He was in the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, that classic 1969 Disney film. Maybe that's why.
What the hell is the Computer
When did
Wore-
Walt Disney die?
Not soon enough. No, sure, he was very nice.
He was in 1968's The Horse in the Grey Flannel Suit. That's a Disney film. What? Oh. What is this? An episode of Lost in Space.
Can you go to stuff that like recent-ish stuff?
No, that's as far. No, all right.
Oh, you went.
I went there. Yeah, we went through it. Look, I'm still saying Big Trouble in Little China.
I'm still saying The Thing and also Tombstone, but I
Okay.
guess if I had to pick one, I'd pick The Thing because I haven't
Yep.
seen Tombstone super recently. Oh, he's in The Hateful Eight.
Yes,
He's
he
good
is.
in that, but I don't
I don't
love
care.
that
Yeah, I don't care
movie.
about the Hateful Eight. It's fine.
Yeah.
We were both like, look, maybe we should do an episode on the Hateful Eight when we see it. And then we saw it and we're like, nah.
Oh, apparently Bone Tomahawk's really good.
I've heard that. It's on this iPad. It's ready to go. I just haven't had any downtime to watch it.
Yeah. I didn't see Poseidon. I saw the original with, what's his name? Gene Hackman. He falls into a fire. Spoiler alert. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
good.
weird laugh. Okay, this is from Elliot Smith, Elliot_Smith93, #WeeklyPlanetPod. Do you guys think Spider-Man Homecoming will finally be the movie that assumes we know the origin of Peter Parker?
I hope so.
Me too.
I hope it. Look, I would be happy to give it an origin, to have an origin in it rather. But if you can do it in 2 minutes,
I wouldn't be happy. Don't do it. We
Not
all
at
know.
all.
It's
Yeah.
like being like, where's Superman from? Everybody knows. And even if you don't, he's got powers. You get it.
that's fine. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like with Batman.
Yeah.
You get it.
Mm.
It's
Would you be happy with like he waves it away? Like somebody's like, "How do you do that?" And he's like, "I was bitten by radioactive." He wouldn't stutter, but he'd be like,
I was.
"I was bitten by a radioactive spider. You know how that goes." And they'd be like, "All right."
They'd be like, "No, can you elaborate on that, please?"
With
I
a long,
don't know how
with
that
a long
goes.
flashback sequence where we see your whole high school experience, and then you being bullied, and then you being bitten by a spider, and then you fighting back some bullies. How about some of that?
Maybe we will get that eventually, but I don't think we'll see Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Maybe in a photo. We'll know if we're going to get any kind of flashback because if we see a photo of Uncle Ben and it's a name actor,
That's very true.
and then
yeah,
we'll be
you're
like,
right.
well, if it's not this movie, it'll be the next one.
Yeah, if we do see it and it's Stan Lee, we know there won't be a flashback.
Stanley and Marissa Tomei.
Absolutely
see
not.
it.
Absolutely not.
Okay, last one. This is from Fireblade 4256. Justice League footage does look cool, but I'm worried that it will retread the MCU too much. Brackets. I'm putting a team together. #WeeklyPlanetPod.
No, you got to put a team together.
You got. I guess you do.
There's only so many ways you can do that,
Yeah.
and I like a traversing the globe, putting a team together. I think it's great.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see how each of them react.
Yep.
Like, because he's going to go to them individually, and we didn't get that as much with the Avengers. Like, they kind of...
That's true.
We saw it like he went to Tony Stark or whatever, but he didn't go to speak to the whole... Well, Black Widow did.
Yeah, but we don't see him go to like Black Widow and Hawkeye are already on the team.
Yeah. Thor spoke to Coulson briefly, was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. Like, you go to Aquaman, he flips out. You go to the
We didn't
Flash.
talk about that. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And he did go with I Hear You Talk to Fish.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see something bigger there. Like I was kind of hoping for I Hear You Talk to Fish, and then we just see a whale just just crushing a tank or something.
There
I don't
wasn't
know.
a lot of... I think it's because a lot of the CGI wouldn't be done.
Yep.
There was no real shots like that.
That's true.
It was all kind of just character moments and whatever. But no, I like the different reactions. I think that's going to be cool.
too.
I'm interested to see what Victor Stone's going to be like.
Yeah.
Probably a prick because he's a weird robot.
Yeah.
That's the show, Mason.
Yeah, we did
Thank
it.
God. Thank God.
It's pretty late.
What time is it?
12:46 in the afternoon. You've been awake for days.
I feel like I've been awake for days. I gotta.
And you were just hallucinating that you made all those videos. You haven't made any videos. You've got to do them now.
I only made 2, but it felt like I made 50. I genuinely don't make 2 ones like that in a day. Anyway, I enjoy doing it because I love whatever the thing is I do.
Content.
Yep.
You love content and the creation
I
of
love
content.
branding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to
Synergy.
Eric. He's done my new title card.
I saw those. He's
front
given
and
us a
back.
new Weekly Planet
Yeah,
title card, which
it's
is great.
great.
It's animated. We're shooting lasers.
I know. He bloody... You
Find
see-
that on our new Weekly Planet YouTube
It's
channel.
linked below. Because he emailed me out of the blue and he's like, can I use these for a show reel?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, can I also have these? And he was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks, man. And he did some tweaks and stuff. Good bloke. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Actually, I'll link his... Because he's got like a page of stuff.
Oh,
If
cool.
you want something done, you know, that's if you like his work. Maybe you hate the title cards.
Yeah.
But you're a fool, Mason, if you think that.
Yeah.
Where can people find us?
Oh, we're at Weekly Planet Pod on Twitter and Facebook and Gmail and Bandcamp. We've got that Star Trek commentary up. Probably do
Correct.
another one pretty soonish on something.
Let's try and do Batman Superman this week, extended cut. Because
Okay.
we might not get to it next week because we forget or stuff happens.
Oh, totally.
What if you're hit by a bus?
This is in time for Suicide Squad, right?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. All
So
right, we can do that.
look for that this week.
Will that be the ultimate edition?
Yes, 3
Okay.
hours, Mason. Settle in.
All right.
Then you
The
done with
things
it.
I do for this bloody podcast. Oh, no, it's all right.
It's all
I
right.
haven't seen it in a while. I'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. You said Twitter handles?
Oh yeah, and also follow at the Weekly Planet.
Yes.
That's our friend Robert Collins. He does all sorts of cool stuff for the podcast.
He does.
He does all sorts of vids and such.
Yeah, he's cool.
Go to Redbubble.
We're going to get some of his videos up on the Weekly Planet
Yeah, totally.
thing. If that's what he wants to.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to keep him on his own
If
channel.
you want to buy a t-shirt, you can go to Redbubble and just search for Golden Legend or Fergal Quigley. That's where we're going to tease.
that's-
Patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to chuck a buck in a month or something like that. That's pretty. That'd be
We don't
neat of you.
mind.
Thanks to everybody who does that. It's
Yeah.
great. Thanks to everybody who does it and has forgotten they've done it.
That's even better.
Yeah. If you want to support the show without doing anything at all, really,
Mm.
if you want to just doing what you regularly do, we have an Amazon affiliate link that's in the episode description. You just click on that. You buy your regular stuff at Amazon.com. Your batteries, your hedge trimmers,
Wristwatch.
buy a wristwatch, and you pay the same price, and we get a little kickback from that somehow.
We get a wristwatch. For every wristwatch you buy,
We get a wristwatch.
that wristwatch.
You buy a hedge trimmer, we get a wristwatch. You buy some batteries, we get a wristwatch. They're not making any money. They're not making any money, and it's filling up our house real quick.
That's the way it goes, mate.
Yeah. What else? What else have we gotten? Thank you for the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our theme songs.
You're
They're
getting good
great.
at this, man.
Thank
You're
you.
getting good at this.
Sometimes I don't even forget a thing.
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's about it, right?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Next week we're doing Bourne, the new Jason Bourne film.
Great.
If you want to go out and see it, please do that, and then you'll be in the know, or just listen to us talk about it and don't see it. Or don't listen
We'll
to
probably
us.
talk about some other news. We'll probably miss some Comic-Con stuff.
I don't doubt it.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about that next
Yeah.
week. So there'll be something for everyone.
So many of these topics I'd been like, I could do an entire episode on just this.
Right, exactly.
Because we've done whole episodes on just a trailer,
Yeah.
and we got all these bloody trailers, mate.
That's right. Yeah, if you like the show, tell a friend.
Exactly.
Give us a subscribe. Give us a nice review on iTunes.
yeah,
if
we
you want.
appreciate that. That all
Nice.
helps out.
Pretty good.
Yeah, spreading the word definitely helps, Mason.
Download it, or put it on your phone. Throw it at somebody you don't know. Just people like
Please.
that. Yeah,
Somebody.
that's
yeah,
like Pokemon Go, but in real life.
exactly. Mm-hmm. I think Pokemon Go's great.
Yeah.
I haven't played. Well, I'm not playing it, but people are bloody into it and they're loving it. It's building communities and shit, bringing people together.
That's right.
Very few
It's-
people have been molested, as far as I'm aware.
Great. That's a positive outcome. That's
I
what you
think
want.
so.
I read this. There's a dog shelter,
Right.
and they basically said, okay, if you don't want to look weird going out like playing Pokemon,
Yeah.
just take one of our dogs, go for a walk with the dog, and people have just been going. Actually, I really like this dog.
Yeah.
Can I adopt the dog?
Ah.
And so they don't have any dogs left. 'Cause
They're all out of dogs.
People have adopted all the dogs.
Until people get sick of them dogs and they bring them back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm going to do to my dog. You'll be out in the streets, dog.
That's right.
Nah, she's
Trap
pretty
you in a
good.
Pokeball.
Big fan of that dog. I am.
Yeah.
Gonna say
That's it,
something.
right?
But you know what? We gotta wrap. What am I doing? We gotta wrap it up. But you know, there's a lot like in the world. There's a lot of like we're all separate and divided, and you know we hate these people.
This is one of his famous
I'm
late
not-
night political
I'm just
rants.
saying, there's a lot of like us and them on every side,
Yeah.
and it's stuff like this. Even though it seems banal, it brings people together, and that's important, man.
That's right. You're talking about our podcast, right?
That's
It's
what I'm talking about.
Bringing everyone in the world
But
together.
but you know what? That's kind of
It's three things. Our podcast, Pokemon Go, the halal...
Stealing a dog.
I was going to say the halal snack pack.
Sure.
Those things have brought the world together.
Exactly. But you know what? You're not wrong in the sense that that's what I want this to be. No matter what your religion, creed, race, sex, gender.
All
you get-
those things.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
That, you know, whatever you like, we're all kind of united by this kind of love.
Please
of
don't vote for
stuff.
Donald Trump, though.
Oh, God, please. Yeah. He's a monster. All right. That's the show.
That's the show for this week.
I might edit all that out.
Good. Maybe put it on a separate channel.
All right.
Rants and review. Okay. Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.